Here's to whiskey kisses with peachy taste of sin.
No point beating around the bush. Ladies and gentlemen, it's whiskey time. Greetings, whiskey folk, and welcome back once again to a very special episode of Drinking Out Loud. We are celebrating SMWS Canada Day. Now, I know what you're thinking, that doesn't exist, but we're making it exist. This is the very first, just as July the 1st is Canada Day, we are dubbing here at the Strath July the 3rd SMWS Canada Day, and we are celebrating in style. We're doing an SMWS supernumerary tasting. Now that's a term that several of the whiskey clubs around here in town use for a whiskey tasting which goes above and beyond, both in terms of quality and quantity of whiskey. Of course, drinking responsibly is very important. I will be taking quite small samples because I'm going to be having 12 of them today, or at least I'll be not drinking all of the sample, which I know is bad form. I'll try and pour as small a sample as possible. But yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. So welcome, of course, to all of the Scotch Malt Whisky Society members who are watching around British Columbia and over in Alberta right now, and also to the members watching from further afield. Check us out in the comments. Please leave us a note. Let us know where you're watching from. Always great to hear from you. Yeah, so there's always going to be a couple of people who have no idea what the Scotch Malt Whisky Society is. I'm not going to go into great lengths of detail about what it is, apart from to say it's fantastic. You should join. It has exclusive whiskey. You'll want this whiskey. It's really good. If you want more information, you can go to Scotch Malt Whisky Society's official website here in Canada, smws.ca, or you can just watch one of the previous outturn videos. This video is frankly going to be long enough as it is without me spending 10 minutes talking about what the society is. So we're just going to fast forward a little bit and talk about the first whiskey here today. So our first whiskey is our little opening dram, and it's one that I really enjoyed the first time around, that we have a little bit left. So we're going to crack open another bottle. This one's called Whatever Floats Your Boat. And here are the official tasting notes.
A sweet, fruity aroma of ripe apples and grapes was soon followed by a warm apricot cranberry sauce, as well as quince and rosewater jelly. Lively, sparkling, and fizzy neat, with plenty of freshly grated ginger spice, balanced by the sweetness of a Belgian dark chocolate almond praline. When we added a little water, the scent was more like pieces of cherry soaked in kirsch, whilst on the palate it had turned into a completely different experience. Now thick and creamy, like vanilla custard sauce and strawberry blancmange. And the finish, a brioche tete with a rosewater glaze, and a sprinkling of crispy, freeze-dried raspberries.
Where the hell? What? Brett's here. Holy shit.
Oh, hey buddy.
I was wondering where that was coming from. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've had this.
Yeah, we had it in the outturn end of last year.
Yeah, it was great.
It was pretty good. Well, we should probably try it again. I'm glad that you're here because honestly, the studio is fantastic, but it's a little big for just one person. So,
honestly, the couch is really nice.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you like what I've done with the place? I've got the artwork up now, the Freud and
the banner, just wonderful.
The Strath Distillery, we're being at the Strath. I figured that's a nice one to have.
That's very good. That's very good.
Yeah. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
It's about bloody time.
Yeah.
You know, we've not actually presented an outturn together since March.
It's been a while.
Which, I mean, we know we did that roving reporter thing.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're allowed in the same room again now, which is
really
delightful.
nice. But the barrier, I think, still has to be whiskey related. So
yes. So you're that side of the ship.
That's
Sorry.
Just
okay.
A little more room, please.
I'll do my best.
Perfect.
For those of you who are worried, we are in the same pod. We've done the math. We're okay.
Yep,
we work together. We spend a lot of time together. We've not actually physically touched in a long time. You want to
bump elbows?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
yeah. All right.
Okay, not bad. Not bad.
Oh, I feel loved. All right, let's crack this guy open.
All right.
So, whatever floats your boat. For those of you who might have had this before but need a little bit of more information to try and trigger your memories, this was a 12.18 was the official code, which is really cool because Distillery 12, obviously, the first time it was released was 12.1 would have been 25 years ago probably now. Like, it was really early on in the Society's time. I mean, they're up to 140 something now in the codes. And this is only the 18th release they've ever had from this distillery, which is really neat. So whatever floats your boat, it is from the 29th of September 2009. It's a first fill barrel ex bourbon from the Speyside region. Cask strength, as always, at 60.4% ABV. And it is 8 years old and one of 174 bottles. And I've always catching myself do that. It even says right here on the bottle, the proper words there. It's not 8 years old, Brett. It's 8 years aged. Yeah. There is a freaking difference. Because it's not 8 years old. Like, let's face it, it's almost 11 years old.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all.
It's still phenomenal whiskey, regardless of the age it lists on the bottle.
Indeed. And those last 2 or 3 years where it's maturing in the bottle, which isn't really a thing, I don't think.
Yeah.
Don't count. Oh, yes. Alrighty. Oh, we can ooh in harmony now when we do the bottle pop.
I was just glad I was a part of that.
I know, right?
That's just wonderful.
Well, you get to be part of the glug now. Do you bring glasses
with
you?
I have one right here.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, of course.
All right, you're rocking the Capitas.
Yeah.
I'm rocking the Glencairns.
We got
not a Capita, it's an ISO, sorry.
Got to keep it separate.
Okay, got to keep them separated.
Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Offspring. Nice bit of glug.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to bump ups. Cheers. I always smell the bottle for some reason. I have a glass to smell. I don't need to smell the bottle. Alrighty, let's put this back in. Got to keep our barrier up.
Yep, perfect.
Nice. That's really good. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the distillery?
Happy to.
Cool.
Ben Riach is a true example of bad timing, being built right before the whiskey market crashed in 1899. It was only open for 2 years. It did, however, survive as a malting plant for a neighboring sister distillery, Longmorn. Thankfully, Ben Riach is also a true example of tenacity. After miraculously reopening in 1965 and then closing again in 2001, it was bought by Billy Walker and is now one of the most prestigious single malts on the market.
Well, that smells great.
It's phenomenal.
I mean, I can't remember if this was the opening dram at the outturn when we had it. I mean, it's from the Young and Sprightly collection, so it probably is. I don't know what the official terminology is. Tasting group collection. I always use collection because it sounds like posh perfumes.
It makes it seem so much better.
This is from the Belvedere collection.
Ooh.
Don't know what that means. What is Belvedere? That's a word that just appeared in the back of my head, and I don't know where I got it from. It smells like Belvedere, ladies and gentlemen. Probably doesn't. I don't know what Belvedere is. It does smell a little bit like those sour candies, Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a candied peach kind of.
Yeah, fuzzy peaches.
Candied peach.
Fuzzy peaches.
Yeah, exactly.
I hadn't ever discovered fuzzy peaches until quite recently. They're not a thing from my own childhood, but I get to live vicariously through Fuzzy Peaches for what my life would have been if I'd grown up in North America, I guess.
Yeah. It's honestly a wonderful experience.
It's great.
Yeah.
And Swedish berries. We just have, we've got Dolly mixture in the UK. It's not quite the same.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people say British candy's like the best in the world. I don't know. Like being from there, I mean, maybe it's just normal because I grew up with it. There's some pretty cool stuff over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So what am I looking for here? Strawberry blancmange. That's something I've not heard in a long time. It's fresh out of the 80s, I think. Not a blancmange in a few years.
I definitely get the custard that was in those tasting notes. That's creamy.
Interesting, because I mean, I wouldn't say it's not creamy, but the thing that bites me from the tasting notes is the brioche. It's a little bready, little
absolutely
fortified bread. Fortified bread and fortified wine. That's. I'm not tasting any wine on there though. I'm just musing of what I might have for dinner later.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's very, very pleasant.
This is a solid opening dram.
I know, right? And we've got a long way to go because this is dram 1 of 12 today. 12. Oh yeah, I didn't warn you. I hope you've eaten lunch.
I did, yeah.
Excellent.
I appeared in the right room.
And the good news is, if you did drive here, you can keep your car in the parking lot overnight.
Yeah,
so good. All right.
There's always a plan.
There's
always a plan for a
actually,
safe ride
there's
home.
2 beds right here. So if we really do collapse, I should turn the camera around at some point and show you guys. If we do drink too much, at least we can just collapse on those 2 queen size beds.
You know what? I think the Dram Association YouTube page needs a little behind the scenes tour.
We should definitely do that.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe like a little Instagram live video.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. I'm so happy to have you in the studio, Brett.
Oh,
it's been a long time coming.
It's a pleasure to be here. Okay. Well, this whiskey is gorgeous, but as with all opening drams, it kind of just tastes like another one.
You mean it makes you want another one?
Exactly.
I mean, that is kind of the idea.
Yeah.
We should make sure to leave a little bit so we can go back and compare.
Please, I'm an expert.
We're going to have a lot of glasses on this table, so I'm going to claim this area over here for mine.
I'll take this one. This is kind of off camera anyways.
Perfect. Alrighty. This is working well.
Yeah.
So, the next whiskey, Attack of the Killer Florists.
Yeah.
Attack of the Killer Florists.
You know what? You're doing this so well. Why don't you take it from here? Oh,
it's okay. We've got sanitizer. It's all right.
Oh, thank goodness.
You go grab the sanitizer. I'll talk about the next whiskey.
Perfect.
It opens on candy floss at first, a light and fluffy sweetness that evolves towards geraniums in warm greenhouses and yellow wildflowers. Specifically yellow. I don't know what that's about. The sweeter aspects continue with hints of pink nougat, specifically pink. They're all about the colours in this one. All right. American hot dog mustard, cornbread, toasted seeds, and Mirabelle eau de vie. Water brings out softer notes of clove, lemon water, flower vases, cough drops, hessian, and roasted potatoes. The palate begins with cookie dough stodge. Cookie dough stodge. Oh, that's the most, British thing I've heard.
Yeah.
Cookie dough stodge. Before unveiling notes of pear drops, lime oil, rose water, cherry lip sweets, Fruit Loops, juicy fruit chewing gum, dried lavender, and Turkish delight. A little water gives earthy turmeric, lemon, thyme, oregano, sourdough starter, potpourri, and long-aged yellow wine. Okay, Brett, you spend a lot more time in the liquor store than me. What the hell is yellow wine?
You know, that's a great question. I don't know.
Is it like yellow snow?
I hope not.
Never drink yellow snow? Never drink yellow wine?
Like, there are some, white varietals that do get rather... I'm gonna use the term milky, maybe. So that could be what they're referring to.
We should try and get Megan on the show.
Great idea.
I'm going to ask Megan and hopefully have an answer for you in the live chat. But let's take a look at Attack of the Killer Florists. I've got the bottle down here, and it's a beauty. So this is 113.24 is the code. It's one of 239 bottles. It is from the 27th of October 2011. It is a first fill barrel ex-bourbon once again. This is from the Speyside region. It is 63.4% ABV and is 7 years old.
7 years aged.
Aged 7 years.
There you go.
It is aged 7 years. One of these days, I will get it right. It's good. I've got someone to correct me now.
Yeah, I mean, that's really why you have me in the first place.
That's true. Alrighty. Ooh, yeah, that's. Although, I'm not sure if you guys are going to get this as much because the microphone's actually all the way over here. I should lean forward and do the.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Well, maybe I'll get Brett to open the next bottle.
Sure.
Alrighty. Cool.
Ooh, wow.
I want to take up more room, so I'm going to put the bottle over here this time because now I've got all this space.
It's because this is your bottle.
I know, right? Okay, so.
Wow.
That is an interesting nose. It smells like yellow wine now. Yeah, I mean, there is a certain florality going on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not entirely sure I picked geraniums. Maybe more of a peppery flower than a geranium, but yeah, it's nice. It doesn't smell as young as it is.
Yeah, it smells hearty a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it has a bit of a green tinge to it, along with floral. Like, for me, it smells like a dandelion almost. So it's got that kind of like green vine note behind it as well.
Nice. That makes sense. Yeah. You know, and on the nose, it reminds me. I mean, I've not had many examples from this distillery, but it reminds me much more of some of the older Inchmurrins that we'd had.
Oh yeah.
Like we had a series of SMWS Inchmurrins. I think they were around like 15 years old. That had this sort of nice florality going, but without the youth that often comes with it. It's I mean, was it 7? That's mad. Doesn't smell 7. Smells double that, I think. Oh, I was not expecting that. Was not expecting that at all. I was laughing in the back of my head a little bit when they threw out turmeric as a tasting note.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's turmeric.
That's absolutely turmeric.
Huh. You say turmeric?
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Oh.
Like
that's how you pronounce it.
Like oregano.
Oregano.
Yeah. Aluminum.
Rosé water. Okay.
Remember how you said this video was going to be long enough?
I know, right? We're not helping. We're not helping at all.
Sorry.
Okay. Fruit Loops. That's more of a you department. I've had Fruit Loops once in my life and I was very drunk. Does it smell like Fruit Loops? Does it taste like Fruit Loops?
No.
It certainly doesn't smell like hot dog mustard.
No, it doesn't do that at all. I can see where they're going. It does have like a sweet kind of grainish taste to it, but Fruit Loops for me are pure sugar and artificial colors and sweeteners. Like this is a lot more vibrant than that.
Fair enough.
You know what? I'm going to add some water.
That is a good call. I really want to try and get that cookie dough starch.
The oregano seems really interesting to me.
Leia oregano?
Yes. Yeah. Oh wow!
I'm currently watching Clone Wars on Disney Plus, and I do laugh ever so much every time Senator Oregano comes on. It's like oregano.
You know what the strange thing is? Adding the water, I really do get that cornbread on the nose.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You know who makes a good cornbread? Pat. I mean, Kristen's cornbread's very good. If Kristen's watching, nothing against your cornbread. But Pat's cornbread is excellent.
I'll put Pat to the test on this.
We should have a cornbread off between Kristen and Pat, actually.
Yes, I will be a judge.
Perfect.
I volunteer as tribute. Yeah, that's a wild whiskey.
I must be liking it because I've almost finished the bloody thing. I should.
Maybe we should keep with the business. Where's this one from, Adam?
Well, it's from one of 2 places. It's either from Brayville or the Braes of Glenlivet, which are actually the same. That's exactly the same. Yeah. So, Braes of Glenlivet, that's their original name, and you'll sometimes see them go by that name, especially in independent bottlings. They they were told to stop, or at least asked very strongly to stop using that name by a neighbouring distillery called Glenlivet. Right? Yeah, it kind of just makes sense. So the builders of Brayville were so gung-ho to start distilling that they famously ran their first batch before installing the roof.
Wow.
Yeah, al fresco distillation.
Huh.
Why not, right? I mean, it's not like it rains in Scotland. You don't need roofs.
Hang on.
So, it's currently owned by Chivas. It's rarely seen as a single malt. However, it does have a very interesting distinction as the very first malt ever sampled in the Dram Association. That's
Cool.
Before you started.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on being here for 2 years, by the way.
Thank you.
I think your anniversary was last week.
Yeah.
It's,
Time flies by.
I didn't get you anything, but actually I got you that Dram whiskey. There you go, bud.
Oh, I'm going to cherish it always.
Excellent.
It's almost gone.
Well, maybe we can top you up later. If we're thirsty for more whiskey after all of this, I'll give you some more of the Attack of the Killer Florists.
That's a beautiful name.
It's such a good name.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, every now and again, I think the SMWS must be running out of ideas. Some of the names are getting a little bit, kind of dial it in. And then they come out with Attack of the Killer Florists, and everything is right with the world.
Everything's great.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there's no Warsey Horse.
That's...
Did you try that one yet?
No.
Okay. I will pour you some Warsey Horse next time
Yeah.
you're over in the backyard, socially distancing,
Perfect.
drinking whiskey. Hey, wait, we don't have to do that anymore. You can come over and sit inside.
Yeah, there's a pod for a
Oh,
reason.
shit.
As long as we keep a whiskey bottle between us. Everything
At all times.
Exactly.
There must be whiskey between us at all times. Done. I'm on board with that. Yeah, so that was the first of the new releases here. It will be available for sale at the very end of this video when we reveal the price. That's the last piece of the puzzle that you don't have yet.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the video, we will be revealing the price of this whiskey along with all of the other whiskies and putting them up for sale on strathliquor.com. The next whiskey is another repeat. You'll see a pattern here. I mean, we've got 6 and 6. We've got 6 new ones, 6 repeats, and it just makes sense to intersplice them.
Yeah.
It felt right. Yeah, I don't have enough fingers to do it properly. I only have 10. But imagine I had 2 thumbs, and then just
double,
like that.
Just double it up again.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So the next one is Scottish trifle with Italian liqueur.
I'll take these tasting notes.
Alrighty, perfect.
Some of us got on the nose neat vanilla custard, Victoria sponge cake, and lilies of the valley, whilst others got sauté potatoes with sea salt and rosemary, fresh carrot juice, and a Bloody Mary garnished with a celery stalk and lemon wedge. On the taste, initially sticky, bittersweet, Seville orange marmalade followed by banana ice cream, all culminating in a juicy Kranikin trifle. With a drop of water, the bananas were now caramelized, and on the palate we enjoyed traditional Jewish egg bread called challah, with salted butter and manuka honey, as well as a glass of Galliano Italian liqueur.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You know what? I get to correct your pronunciation.
Oh, perfect!
It's challah.
Challah.
You need that guttural
Right.
challah.
I apologize.
And, thanks to my Jewish ex-wife for that one. She taught me a lot about how to sound like you're about to vomit. It's great. Challah.
Challah.
And manuka.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. That's it. I'll stop throwing shade now.
That's okay.
All right, whiskey time. And you get to open this one, so we try and get a better pop.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, get a glass out. I want some whiskey.
Also good.
You might as well read the info on the bottle as well.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'll give you all the jobs to do. I could just leave.
Please don't.
All right.
YouTube needs you.
Well, that's an overstatement.
Maybe you should take a vacation.
Well, it's funny you should say that because right now I'm on a vacation. So if you see me following along the live chat, because these are pre-recorded, right?
Yes.
This is not live. It's not the 3rd of July right now. I think it's like the 22nd or something.
Of June.
Yeah. It's okay. We're not time travelers yet. I'm actually on vacation. God knows where I'll be. Hoping maybe Shelter Point. Probably hanging out with Leon, drinking some whiskey.
Oh, very nice.
Socially, Shelter Point's a very big property, so it's very easy to socially distance there.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
It's.
All right, Scottish Trifle Italian Liqueur, Society Cask number 68.29, one of 296 bottles produced. It was distilled on the 17th of October, 2008. Sits in at cask strength, of course, at 55.7% ABV and aged 10 years.
Very nice.
But the most important part, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh.
You know, congratulations. That's the first pop by anyone else on the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm privileged that it was me.
Popped the cork and popped the cherry too.
Yeah.
Just leave that one alone.
Not-
I remember really liking this, but I can't for the life of me remember when we had this. Have you had this one?
I have. I think this was
Was this April when we were the roving correspondent?
possibly April. It could have been, my first thought was originally like February or March, to be honest.
Okay. It's some point. It was definitely this year. I don't think it was last year. I remember very much enjoying it. I remember thinking, Galliano, love Galliano, and actually finding it. Whether I will do today, who knows. I also remember thinking, Bloody Mary. It's an interesting note. We had an Auchentoshen a couple of years back called Triple Distilled Bloody Mary. It's
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it's found its way into a couple of SMWS tasting notes. I also remember being a little disappointed at not really finding much banana. Oh, I think maybe after water. I should try it before water.
Yeah,
I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I should definitely try it before adding water. That's Whiskey 101 right there. Speaking of Whiskey 101, have I told you my idea for a new little sister companion show that we're planning?
No, I'm interested.
So we have a very special employee here at the Strath who's probably watching along right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Brett.
I am watching.
Who's probably watching along right now, who is not Brett.
Oh.
Another special employee who didn't know they liked whiskey until they started watching these videos. And
Yeah.
and I got him a little bit hooked on whiskey. He's So I'm going to do a series of videos with Norm, our IT guy.
That's so good.
Of Whiskey 101 videos.
That's
where I'm going to teach
amazing.
Norm all about whiskey, and hopefully some viewers at home as well.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Isn't that adorable?
Yeah, no, Norm, he'll love that.
Yeah.
And you'll love Norm, you too.
Norm's a great character. You've probably already seen him in the chat. I know at the last tasting he was talking about Star Trek a lot with everyone.
Oh, nice. Yep.
People love that. I've probably just inspired the whole live chat to start talking about Star Trek again. What have I done?
That's okay.
But yeah. Looking forward to that. I officially announced it to the world, Norm, now, so you can't back out. Or I'll have to find someone else and just refer to them as Norm, the IT guy.
That's a good point.
You'll never know the difference.
Yeah, we can.
Actually, I'm going to start the very first drinking out loud conspiracy theory right now.
Okay.
That Norm the IT guy isn't actually Norm the IT guy.
Ooh. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Perfect.
So I'll give you one thing. Absolutely zero banana.
I know, right?
It's-
There's not all banana in here. Sorry, I should beat that. Nah, no worries. Kids shouldn't be watching this anyway.
It's fine.
Yeah, there's no banana in here.
Yeah.
It's there's a banana-shaped hole in my whiskey. That's kind of why I want to jump to adding water, because I vaguely remember it having banana after water. And I love bananas. Yeah. Call me Donkey Kong, because I love me a banana. Actually, don't call me Donkey Kong, that's a weird name.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it,
That's fair.
but now that you said you don't want to be called, I'm so conflicted.
Damn it.
Can you rap?
Not well.
So DK rap is in your wheelhouse.
I can do the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
Okay.
the Pokey Rap,
Yeah.
and 1 Week by the Renegade Ladies.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Those are solid raps.
All right.
Pokey rap.
I used to know the entire Poker Rap. That's a Pokemon thing, by the way.
Yeah. That's when there was
all
only
the generations.
150 something.
Yeah, but they screwed up because they actually repeated one of them
Oh,
in the rap. Yeah.
which one did they
I
repeat?
can't remember. It's like No King or something. Anyway. So if you guys can hijack the chat with Star Trek talk, we can just sit and talk about Pokemon for half an hour. We shouldn't do that.
No, that's probably a little rough.
Unlike this whiskey, which is not rough at all.
All right.
It's beautiful.
Water time.
Yeah, before I actually run out, because apparently I might have been going a little bit too far on the whole. Let's only pour really small drams.
I mean, there's an entire bottle that's just sitting right here.
Yeah, but you poured it. I feel bad opening it and pouring myself more.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's.
Alrighty. Yeah, it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It smells a little bit more sort of vegetal sweetness on the nose. I see where they're going with carrot juice, actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm. You know what?
Bananas?
A little bit.
Am I going to be excited?
Just a little like
Alrighty.
faint hint of potassium.
Because it didn't just say bananas. It says caramelized bananas. And
Yeah.
that is getting me excited.
Yeah. Yeah, just a bit.
You know, I'm not getting caramelized bananas, but you know what I am going?
What?
Banana bread.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Maybe
I thought that was called
No, that's egg bread.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Which is made with eggs in the batter. Like it's a fortified bread, just like we were talking about fortified wines.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Challah is a fortified bread.
Cool.
Yeah, and if anyone's looking for challah in town, I know that Bobby Roses does a fantastic challah.
Hmm.
Yeah, only on Fridays.
Interesting. Lovely.
Well, I've almost finished mine, so I'm going to leave this tiny, minuscule drop of whiskey for in case I need to compare, contrast, or revisit later on.
Yeah, of course.
Always very important parts of the process. So, where's this one from, Brett?
Oh. See, now this is when I kind of feel like I should go into some obscure trivia that a lot of people in the chat would really, not like me for.
It's okay. We're not doing trivia about the years.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like Brett is known as as the guy with particularly bizarre trivia for guessing the age. We're not doing that on these videos.
That's a good point.
We could start doing that if you miss it.
I mean, no.
It doesn't really make sense.
I can't do that.
Because the only people tasting the whiskey are us, and we know how old it is.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that this distillery was opened way back in 1798.
That is a long time ago.
Yeah. In the quaint town of... Oh, I'm going to need some help here.
Well, we should actually get Leon to help, because I believe he lived there.
Leon?
I know. I mean, I'm very likely to be with him right now as you're watching this video, but he's not actually in the room. Sorry. I should help. It's just not worth calling him. It's Pit Lockery.
Pit Lockery. Oh, Pit Lockery. Very nice. Very nice. This distillery was originally called Aldur. Aldur.
It could be either. I'm just.
Yeah.
It could. It really. I really have no idea. I don't think anyone's going to correct us on
that. The good thing I can tell you, this distillery now is called Blair Athol.
Blair Athol.
Yeah.
The Blair Athol project.
Yeah. After closing down during the war and the following economic depression, they were reignited with one clear goal, making spicy, nutty malt for Bell's in a bid to redominate the domestic market, is what's written there. Interesting. Question, Adam.
Yes.
What does it mean by making nutty malt for Bell's?
Yeah, Bell's isn't really popular over here.
No.
So Bell's is actually, I think it's still today the most, the highest selling blended whiskey in England.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's really popular in the English market.
Yeah, we don't have any Bell's.
We don't have any in the store. I think it's available in Canada, though.
Nice.
I should probably try and get some Bell's in the store. I forgot. To be honest, I forgot Bell's existed, and I'm very sorry, Bell's. That's what my granddad drank. He'd be very upset with me right now.
That's okay.
I know, right?
That's okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, Blair Athol, they're well sought after blending ingredient. Single malts from them are very rare, so this bottle specifically is one of those gems, you should say. Yeah, there's a couple like special editions that I know they've done, but their official bottlings don't really, you don't see them.
No, I mean, you see them once in a while. I mean, I think they sometimes appear in the Diageo annual releases that they do.
Oh,
I think
cool.
there's like a 23 or something year old that they did a couple of years ago. But they were in that old Flora and Fauna set that used to be available. I've never seen them in Canada though. But there was a Flora and Fauna edition Blair Athol back in the day, I believe.
Yeah, I have read about it actually.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've done a repeat. The next one should be new. if my math is correct.
I mean, I guess so. And it sounds really interesting. It claims to not be a pussycat. In fact, it's called This Ain't No Pussycat.
Oh.
An unusually superb waxiness at first, then lots of pear, green apple, mint, and sandalwood. Weak coastal inclusions. Grass. I don't know why I rolled my R there. Grass. Mineral salts, hedgerow, and undergrowth. Cider apples, green malt, lemon juice, and hints of spice cake with touches of graphite oil, sunflower seeds, and pineapple jelly. Water brings a soot, putty camphor, and baking parchment. Underneath, there's petrichor, olive oil, dry earth, and eucalyptus. The palate opens unusually on hot roast peppers, then waxed canvas, roast root vegetables, heather honey, dried lavender, 80-shilling ale, cough mixtures, delicate medical notes, not medicinal, medical, apparently, straw, hay lofts, and gorse. With water, it develops towards white mushroom, damp tobacco leaf, herbal extracts, polished hardwood, beeswax, pollen, heather ale, miso broth, and rosewater. Superb. That is ridiculous. That's a whole lot of flavour.
That
ain't no pussycat.
That ain't no pussycat.
That ain't no pussycat.
It didn't say it once in that entire tasting note.
No, that's true. I mean, I guess they just couldn't string all of those random ingredients together into a name. Yeah. It makes sense, though. I mean, I'm sure once we try it, we'll discover how much of a pussycat it ain't.
Yeah, it feels like there's so much going on.
It does sound interesting. There's like I don't think I've seen tasting notes quite so varied in an unpeated whiskey.
Yeah.
For a long time. Although it does mention the medical notes, apparently. It does specifically say medical, not medicinal, which is weird. Huh. Maybe it tastes more like laughing gas and less like iodine.
Interesting.
Who knows? But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this one. Let's discover some more. So this is 59.58 is the code. It's one of 205 casks from a refill hogshead ex-bourbon. It is from the 12th of February in the year 2009, making it 10 years aged. It is a Highland malt, probably my favourite region. Nice. Not that regions actually matter, but I love the Highlands. Most of my favourite distilleries are in there. And it's 58.4% ABV. Sounds like a cracker. Let's crack it open.
Perfect.
I'm gonna lean into your space a little bit. There's no whiskey between us right now, so the barrier does not exist. This is the demilitarized zone.
Yes, that's it.
The DMZ. Yeah. Ooh, perfect. That's a good pop. All right, fresh glass time.
Why, thank you.
I love that you've got glasses that are slightly taller than mine. Feels like you're overcompensating.
Well, no, I'm just trying to. We need to differentiate between our glasses.
This is true. Also, I don't think we've got enough Glencairns here right now.
That's a good point. Where can I find more Glencairns?
They are for sale at strathliquor.com.
Interesting.
For $10 all in.
Wow, not bad.
Know, right? Not bad. I actually, interestingly, did a delivery a couple of weeks ago where the only person that day who was getting something delivered was one guy who bought 2 Glencairns.
Wow.
Totally worth the drive.
Absolutely.
It was fun. Okay, so let's find out if this is a pussycat or if it ain't. My money's on ain't.
Ooh.
That smells like Calvados.
Yeah.
And I should know, I just did an episode where I discovered what Calvados smells like. Check out the Alternatives episode if you haven't yet.
Oh, I watched along.
You did?
Yeah.
I remember seeing you in the live chat. Remarking at how much rum people were buying.
Yeah, I mean, I was also working at the time.
You were in the store receiving the orders live.
Now, you see, I was working while watching YouTube videos. So.
But you were also, I mean, I feel like that was also part of the work.
Yeah, it absolutely was.
Yeah. You weren't slacking up at all. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Oh, thank you. I hope that no one does think that. I'll be honest, this thing hasn't once clawed me in the nose. I don't think there's a cat in here.
I'm pretty sure too, right? Doesn't smell at all of like kitty litter, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah,
I really hate the smell of kitty litter.
You need to get better kitty litter.
I need to get a cat
Yeah.
first.
No, I got one.
Yeah, I used to have a cat. I wish I had a cat. Can I borrow your cat?
She's very loud.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
I just heard that apparently Leon has accidentally adopted a cat over at Shelter Point.
Oh,
I
really?
think that was in the live chat last
Interesting.
week.
Congratulations, Leon.
Yeah, it just kind of started hanging around after he started feeding it.
Yep.
Cats will do that.
Cats absolutely do that.
Yeah. Which is good. I love the idea of distilleries having mouses around, just running through the casks and attacking anything that might be not meant to be there.
So,
Like me.
I mean, you'll probably do a lot more damage to the casks than any mouse would.
That's true.
So
It's very true. Have you seen my Facebook profile right now where I'm riding a Shelter Point cask like you were there when we took it?
no, I was
Were
not
you?
there.
No?
No, this was at a tasting event. And I don't think anyone was in the room when like anyone official was in the room when you did that. So
No.
should you really be broadcasting that to the?
It's okay. It's my photo
That's a good point.
on Facebook. Like, it's pretty publicly viewable.
Yeah.
It's a great photo.
It's a good photo.
Not of me, but of the concept of riding a cask like it's a nuclear weapon and just falling from the sky. It's great. I encourage anyone. Actually, distilleries should do that as a thing, as a photo op, where you can ride a cask.
They'll just they'll have the cowboy hat ready to go for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good.
When I visit Scotland, which I theoretically have just got back from in another world, I'm hoping 2022. That's the plan.
Nice, very good.
When I do visit Scotland, I'm going to request to ride as many casks as possible.
Good.
Anytime I see a cask that is on its side,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Hey.
Can I mount your cask?
Probably have to be a little bit more discreet when you ask these questions.
I'll just like, hey, what's that over there? And
Just
climb
go.
on top.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wonder if any distillery would actually let me do that. I think Shelter Point's pretty unique in that aspect.
No, absolutely.
Not that they let me, I just did it anyway.
Yeah.
But I know I'd get away with it.
Okay, to the nose of this whiskey, it
ain't no pussycat. I'll give it that. But it's very appley.
I keep coming back and I find other things like I do get some spice in there. I do get some like an oily kind of what they have on the tasting touches of graphite oil.
Oh yeah.
Sunflower seeds. But I get like sunflower oil. Like that's probably just a combination of those two notes. But
yeah, that makes sense. I get the pineapple.
Yep.
Not so much the jelly, but just fresh pineapple for me.
All right.
Smells great. I'm on board.
Oh
wow. You getting the eucalyptus?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's cooling.
That's wild.
That's really cool. Maybe that's what they mean by identical pussycat. It's a wildcat. It's some kind of cougar. It's like that moo cow brandy that we had in the last video with the big red cat on it. Actually, I've got the bottle right there.
That's wow.
That is really cool.
That is a very cool whiskey.
I think I knew what they mean with the medical. It's like an anesthetized throat lozenge.
Yeah.
Or you can't really anesthetize a throat lozenge. An anesthetic throat lozenge, antiseptic throat lozenge. There's a word in there. One of those words is the one I mean.
Yes. I'm with you. You mean one of those words?
I mean
for
one
sure.
of those. Yeah, it's definitely one of them. I mean, yeah, you can't really anesthetize anything that isn't conscious.
Like you can, there is so much to pick out from this whiskey. I understand why they called it not something.
Yeah,
because trying to pin this down seems very difficult.
There isn't an overwhelming thing. There isn't like one tasting note that punches out above the rest. I mean, the eucalyptus I got, but mostly because I was staring at the word eucalyptus.
No, but it was like the one that I keep staring at is the roast peppers, and I'm like, that's definitely a good base of that. But
it's malty, it's savory, it's very savory. Like miso broth is one of the last things it mentions. Yeah, so it's definitely got that umami thing going on there. It's like truffle oil.
Mm-hmm. This is just a wildly good whiskey.
It's delightful. I'm very impressed. It's also from a distillery that I have very rarely had the ability to taste from. It's one you very rarely see as a single malt, and that is Tianinic, which is another workhouse blending distillery from the same family as Blair Athol. It's part of the Diageo family,
Nice.
which, interestingly, is one of, if not the only Scotch distillery that doesn't have a mash tun. They have some kind of fancy other equipment.
Does it effectively work like a mash tun?
I believe so,
Okay,
but I think it is technically not a mash tun.
Yeah. Okay.
This distillery is sought after by blenders for its lemongrass and green tea flavors. That is what its normal calling cards are. So I get tea. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly like lemongrass and green tea are again those sort of herbal, more umami-esque flavors, savory flavors. There's not. It doesn't. Yeah. If they said this distillery usually tastes like candy floss and rainbow tears, I'd be like, no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's.
But yeah, no, they're definitely in line with what I'm tasting right now. I'm not specifically getting lemongrass or green tea, but I could definitely, I can definitely see that. So last month we talked about Clyneliesh's unfortunate history with the Highland clearances, which was very sad. This is also linked to the Highland clearances in a way, but a very different, slightly more upbeat way.
Oh, good.
Which is nice. We'd all do with some more upbeat history. God knows a lot of history is dire and terrible. So the founder of this distillery was a heartwarmingly well-loved landlord of the same era. So it was a landlord during the Highland clearances that everybody loved. And he was actually a decorated hero of the Napoleonic Wars who was blinded in combat by a musket shot.
Wow.
He was called Blind Captain Hugh Munro. And that is a man who I would like to travel back in time and meet. He started a distillery, he was a landlord who everybody loved, and he was a blind veteran of the Napoleonic War.
That is...
What a character, right?
That is a cool story.
How do they not have an official bottling of this whiskey called, like, Munro's Release, or, like...
Yeah.
Like, how are they not pulling on that story? That is an awesome story. Diageo need to do something about that.
Yeah.
Because that's cool.
That's really great.
Yeah. And I really like this.
Yeah.
I can definitely see why this is used in blending houses so much.
Yeah.
And it does have almost a Clynelish flavor to it, but it's not as... One of the things I like about Clynelish is it's a little bit tamed, it's a little bit... It's sort of well-integrated flavors. It's got that thick waxiness and the Highland grassiness and everything, but it's always it's consistently well-integrated. This, I wouldn't say it's necessarily as well-integrated as a Clynelish, but it's definitely ramped up and a little bit more wild. It's got a lot going on.
Yeah, this is wonderful whiskey.
Actually, I wonder if This Ain't No Pussycat is referring to the fact that Clynelish has a picture of the cat on the logo. And it's tasted a little like a Clynelish.
That's very good.
That would be clever. That would be a very clever name, SMWS.
Very good.
All right, well, what's up next, Brett?
It's intriguing you should ask.
Is it captivating that I should ask?
It's fascinating that you should ask.
Ah, fair enough.
Yes.
So what's next? Sorry, I'm not following here.
Intriguing, captivating, fascinating.
Fascinating.
A warm, sweet, earthy aroma of quality potting soil using peat, bark, and recycled mushroom compost was soon joined by the scent of a brand new Macintosh raincoat and sweet gooseberry pickle. Intriguing. It certainly intrigued us. To taste like spicy, savory basmati rice with cloves, cinnamon, cardamom, and curry powder, as well as peas, sweet corn, and sliced almonds. Captivating. When we added water, we were brewing Chinese chrysanthemum flower-based infused tea and drinking cactus juice liqueur, tequila, triple sec, and herbs, as well as kummel, a liqueur flavored with caraway seed, cumin, and fennel. Fascinating.
That is fascinating.
It's really cool.
So, jokes about the name aside, I remember really liking this one last year when we had it.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever actually fully read the tasting notes. None of what they just said is ringing a bell to me. It must have been one of those outturns where we were slightly behind time and fraught, and that never happens.
That's
right?
not us.
No,
that's
not us at all. But it sounds really good. I mean, I'm glad that you were reading it out because I, for one, apparently have been mispronouncing one of those words the entire time. And again, it is a spice or herb. Cardamom.
Oh, yeah.
I always thought it was cardamom.
I mean, either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put an N on the end. Apparently it's an N.
I mean, I go both ways on it.
You heard it here, right here on YouTube. Brett goes both ways.
I don't know about you, but
I mean,
I like how it sounds.
Without-
I want to hear how it sounds when you pop the cork.
I'd love to hear that.
But actually, hang on. This is a Society Cask number 135.5. One of 259 bottles made, aged at 17 years. It is a second fill barrel, which is ex-bourbon, and from the Highland region. It comes in cask strength at 56% ABV.
That's a lot of percent.
It's a lot of
That's
percent.
many percentages.
Yeah, I'm.
It's not actually that high.
I mean, it's
But the
higher
emphasis
than,
in your voice made it sound really high, so I just played along.
I like emphasis.
Emphasis is important.
It's very.
You can tell that you've been on like
I missed this.
YouTube shows and things before.
Yeah. Ooh.
It was quiet, but
It was a
pleasing.
quiet one, but it worked well.
Silent but deadly.
Do you have a glass?
Yes, I have glasses right here.
Wonderful.
My secret little drawer down here. Thank you, Mr. Brett.
You're very welcome, sir.
There's something of an Indian smell to this. Basmati rice, the curry powder. Oh.
There, get you right, and then you gotta
Got
twist.
it. Yeah.
Perfect. Good.
Good work. You already got that landing.
You gotta get there at least at the end of it.
Mm.
That's
It's quite pleasing. It's quite dark. What do you say the cat's going on this?
ex-bourbon.
Oh, second fill
Second
as
fill,
well.
yeah.
But it's 17 years old. I mean,
Yeah.
that'll give it some colour. That makes sense.
Wow, that's
I remember being 17. I wasn't as good as this whiskey.
I was a terrible teenager.
No, I was god awful too.
Oof.
I was playing Irish folk music.
Oh,
I know.
That is rough.
I'm joking. I love Irish folk music. But it was rough.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good at it. Cool. Yeah, I love the nose.
Yeah, the nose is great.
Yeah, there is something of a curry on this.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely on the money there. I'm gonna stick some water in, see what happens.
Oh yeah.
I'm quite familiar with this whiskey. I actually have a bottle at home.
It's got a really interesting finish, I find, to it. It's got like it kind of pans to like an almond bake kind of style.
Like a Bakewell tart.
Yeah.
It's like a Bakewell without the icing. Bakewell tart's a thing here?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fair enough.
I'm just being polite, you see.
Well, next time the Highland Games actually happens,
Yep.
because it was cancelled this year,
Unfortunately.
I will buy you a Bakewell tart. There's a baker that's always there that has Bakewell tarts.
Perfect.
Or it's like a pastry tart with like a sponge that's been soaked in like almond syrup, and then with a layer of sort of jam, and then icing on top.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's delightful, and then usually half a cherry too.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's nice.
Nice.
I lived just down the road from Bakewell. There's actually a really good whiskey shop in Bakewell. I'm going to drink some water because that shit's important, especially when you're having 12 whiskeys.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I recommend the water. It's very good.
This whiskey is so interesting. Like it does have that tequila style.
I was just thinking the tequila thing because I like the description it's got of that cactus juice liqueur with tequila, triple sec, and herbs.
Yeah.
But I'm really not getting the triple sec.
Yeah, me neither.
A herbal tequila thing, sure.
Yeah.
It's like imagine they made a drambuie but with tequila instead of whiskey and agave instead of honey. That's the kind of thing I'm getting there.
Yeah.
All right. Where's this one from, Brett?
This is a Loch Lomond.
Fucking love Loch Lomond.
It's so good. Common misconception that the Lomond still, though, was not made by named for the distillery. Yeah, it was actually from a. It's the misconception's strange because the Lomond still was actually from a now closed distillery that was just called Lomond.
So not Loch Lomond, just Lomond.
Just Lomond. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And that distillery was also owned by a Canadian company, or Hiram Walker.
Oh yeah. They had quite a few distilleries back in the day. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So
Neat.
that's the Lomond still. Nothing to do with Loch Lomond.
Cool.
But the misconception
It's
is always
funny
there.
how the kind of intertwined because I know that Loch Lomond do use Lomond stills now.
Yeah. In fact, Loch Lomond was actually built 11 years before Lomond even first created the Lomond still.
You mean after? You
Yes.
mean after?
I do mean after. I'm sorry, I said before. I apologize. No, after is true. Because then it wouldn't be that interesting.
No. If it was built 11 years before the Lomond still.
Yeah, then you'd be wait. They did make
sure.
it. No, that's fair. That's fair. They opened their doors in 1966 with Lomond stills, which were quite popular at the time, being used at Milton Duff and Interlevin. But yeah, for a while, the only Scottish distillery using a Lomond still for whiskey was Scapa on Orkney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Love Scapa.
Yeah. And they were using it specifically for whiskey.
So was someone else using it for something other than whiskey?
Yeah.
I was wondering why you were being so specific for whiskey then.
Brooklady was using it for gin.
Oh, that makes sense for gin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, Loch Lomond, of course, now uses several types of stills, which is why you kind of get a big characteristic from the distillery itself.
And several different codes.
Yes, but let's not get into that, shall we? This one here is made with a traditional pot still.
Aha.
Yeah.
So code 135
Yep.
is a Loch Lomond pot still.
Yes.
So despite all of that trivia about the Lomond still, this is a pot still.
Yeah, as I said, it's a misconception.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right. Pot still, ladies and gentlemen. Loch Lomond know how to do things the traditional way, as well as the bizarre, unique way. So yeah, this is a traditional style of whiskey made by Loch Lomond.
Yep, it's great.
It's lovely. Big fan. Love the 135s that are coming out.
Mm-hmm. Consistently impressed, and impressed again in this case.
Now the next one, I'm a little worried about what I'm gonna find for the Google search for the image that's about to come up as I read the tasting notes.
Yeah.
And it's called Knickerbockers at a Wedding.
Ooh.
And I don't know if Knickerbocker is some kind of dessert or something as well, but I always assumed it was just underwear.
Knickers, but I don't know.
I should do my homework and find out what a Knickerbocker is. But yeah, this one is Knickerbockers at a Wedding.
Cool.
The nose had a sophisticated and subtle combination of toffee, honey, and cola cubes, lemon tart, rosewater, apricot jam, and peach schnapps. The palate was textured and complex, sweet, tangy, and bright. But with deeper underlying notes, we got rum and raisin ice cream, melted dark chocolate, with teasing nips of chili, clove, and aniseed, and ginger to finish. We found the reduced nose rewarding and classic. Dried papaya, pineapple, chocolate orange, and a mixture of flowers and fruitcake that evoked weddings. The reduced palate was tasty and sweet, chocolate, fudge, toffee, banana chips, and Knickerbocker Glory, with cinnamon swirls coming later. I'm assuming Knickerbocker Glory is a dessert of some kind.
It sounds like it.
It's got to be something.
Yeah.
I've got a vague recollection of hearing the words Knickerbocker Glory coming out of my grandma's mouth when I was younger. I think Knickerbocker Glory is a traditional English dessert that I've just forgotten about.
Huh.
Knickerbocker Glory.
Well,
It's very satisfying to say. You should say Knickerbocker Glory, Glenn.
Knickerbocker Glory.
Why did we call you Glenn?
Did you?
I just called you Glenn.
Oh, Glenn what?
I don't know. Maybe it's not even a Glen whiskey.
It's not a Glenn something?
No, it's not a Glen something.
So then why'd you call me Glenn?
I don't know.
Weird.
That is very strange.
Yeah.
Sorry, Glenn.
Sorry.
All right. So this is a really interesting one. This is 6.32, and this is definitely the first 6 I've had. I don't know if there's been one before my time here.
Wow.
6. Do you know what 6 is? You probably don't offhand. You
I
probably
don't.
know if you read the note right there, but
No, it's too far away.
it's too far away.
Put my
All right.
glasses on.
Fair enough. No, 6.32 is the code on this one. It's one of 325 bottles that they managed to get out of a refill hogshead. So they squeezed every last ounce out of that hogshead.
Wow.
It's from the 29th of August 2012, making it 12 years aged. And it is a Speyside distillery that is 58.6% ABV. A Speyside distillery that we've not really had. I mean, there's quite a few Speyside distilleries that we've not really had, but actually, this is a Glen something on certain occasions. Sometimes this is a Glen something.
Oh.
And I will explain later. But before that, we should probably drink some.
Yes.
This is drinking out loud, not just thinking out loud. Nice.
Very good.
Hopefully that was loud enough that it captured all the way over there at the microphone. Also, hopefully my voice is loud enough that it's being captured all the way over there at the microphone.
Your voice is definitely loud enough.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I needed that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Knickerbocker Glory. Knickerbocker Glory. Knickerbocker's at a wedding. How glorious. Smells good. I always say smells good, because, like, as if a whiskey's not going to smell good most of the time.
That's fair.
I like whiskey. I'm not going to not like the whiskey I've got, usually. You'd have to really screw something up for me to go, that smells terrible.
Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah. That's nice.
Wow.
Apricot jam. Sure. Peach schnapps. Sure. Although I'm going to try and avoid the peach schnapps note as much as possible, because everyone's got that one story of the first time you got too drunk on something.
Oh, yeah?
Peach schnapps.
Peach schnapps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archer's peach schnapps, which I don't think is a product over here. It's like McGillicuddy's.
Mine thankfully isn't around often enough, but Goldschlager.
Oh, Goldschlager?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can't have, like, cinnamon things anymore.
I mean, cinnamon things is fine, but I went a little...
Or things with flecks of gold in it.
Yeah, thankfully. I don't consume gold flecks as often.
That is something that I think the SMWS is missing there.
Yeah.
Gold flecks in their whiskey. Maybe Blackadder should do that.
Ooh.
Instead of the raw cask, the gold cask. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I've never thought of Blackadder as just like a poor man's Goldschlager before.
Makes sense, though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, char is cheaper than gold.
But Goldschlager would be cheaper than whiskey, which would be...
Yeah, Goldschlager is disgusting and cheap, and I'm pretty sure it's not real gold.
Yeah.
Or if it is, it's such a tiny amount.
Yeah.
What is it even there for? Like, there was an urban legend going around when I was younger that the reason for the gold in Goldschlager was that it slit your throat slightly to make the alcohol go into your bloodstream. Which is ridiculous. Not only is that obviously not true, it wouldn't work.
No. I don't know.
What is it there for? Is it purely decorative? It must be. Like, gold doesn't taste of anything. That's the whole point of gold, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not reactive.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I don't know. Marketing. Also, is Goldschlager more expensive? Has gold gone up in price?
Gold has gone up.
Yeah, has Goldschlager gone up? Is it something we could base the market on?
Oh, God, I don't know.
The
I don't even know
Goldschlager
if I want
standard?
to know.
Anyway, this has nothing to do with Goldschlager.
It does have just the smallest little bit of schnapps in here.
Of cinnamon?
No, schnapps. Like of your like a little...
Because schnapps is like be any flavour. Like it's peach schnapps is what I was
peach schnapps is,
yeah.
It's like the one type of schnapps that I know we sell downstairs in like a smaller size bottle, so it's one that I constantly think of for me.
You can also get unflavoured just potato schnapps.
Yeah, that's
disgusting.
I just rather drink vodka.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Just rough vodka. No one wants that. Cola cubes.
Mm-hmm.
What's a cola cube? Is it just cola in cube form?
I think it's just cola in cube form. That's how I take it.
Fair enough.
But
I'm assuming it's with candy.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little cola-ish.
Mm.
I know Norm's a big cola fan.
Oh,
There's a little bit of a cola nose on this one, Norm. You'd like this?
No. Interesting.
You know, even if we don't do the Whiskey 101 things with Norm, I'm just going to keep referring to him as like an off-camera character from now on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Norm would like this. Yeah. He's part of the official lore of drinking out loud now.
When does Norm transition to be like he's the guy who sits in the background and you kind of like point off camera?
Oh, he's actually right behind you.
All right.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is fruitcakey. It's weirdly... If I didn't know better, I would say this was like a second fill or refill sherry cask.
Yeah. Like, it definitely has a... It definitely has like a sweet kind of like chocolatey...
Sweet chocolate covered raisins.
Yeah.
Glossettes, I think they're called.
Yep, glossettes.
So if glossette's a small thing, what's a gloss? It's like a chocolate covered prune.
You know what? I'm going to take your word for it again.
All right. I don't think glosses exist, but if they did, they'd probably be a chocolate covered prune.
We could make them exist.
Challenge accepted.
This is really interesting, and I haven't had this distillery before, so it's certainly an experience, and
we've not had one of
lovely.
these in the store in a long time.
Yeah.
Actually, we had it a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's before my time.
Yeah. How time flies.
Exactly.
Dust in the wind. No, this is really nice. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any one particular note that stands out to you as the strongest?
I think for me it'd probably be like a dark chocolate, like really heavy influenced dark chocolate, which I personally love. I'm not a big chocolate fan, mind you, but like a nice dark chocolate that's got like that dry kind of sweetness is just excellent.
I'll pop a little water in here.
Good idea.
The thing that I'm getting most on this is the rum and raisin ice cream, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's where the sherry cask thing's coming in. It's raisiny. So raisiny. I love it. I love a good raisin. I'm really intrigued to see it. Like, based on those two things that we found both pulled as our strong thing, I'm hoping that Knickerbocker is some kind of dark chocolate raisin thing.
Oh, I'm going to be so excited when the image comes up.
Yeah, actually, yeah. The image has already happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
will have a picture of a Knickerbocker about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, if it's a dark chocolate raisin thing, I'll be very excited. It's probably not. It's probably like a chocolate covered date. No.
Something with cinnamon swirls.
Actually, if I know England, it's probably some kind of steamed pudding. Everything that sounds dirty that's also a dessert is a steamed pudding of some kind, like spotted dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something that should be served with custard. All right. So what is it? It is kind of a Glen something. It is a Macduff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really a Glen something, but it kind of is. So Macduff is owned by Dewar's. And it's actually the focal point of their secondary label, which is called William Lawson, which is a blend which is really popular in Russia.
Hang on, wait. I thought Macduff was the duck that did backstrokes in the vault with the coins.
Oh, Scrooge?
Yeah.
Scrooge Macduff.
Yeah.
I thought it was the superhero that gave duff to the people of Springfield.
Yeah.
Macduff Man.
Macduff Man.
Yeah. So no, Macduff is actually a single malt distillery that doesn't release a whiskey under its own name.
Oh, okay.
It is available, however, as a single malt. You might have heard it as Glendeverin. So there is a Glen something.
Yes, okay, good.
Thanks, Glen. Glendeverin, which is very popular in Italy, or at least was very popular in Italy in the 1990s. Probably still is quite popular, but maybe not as popular as it was then. They've recently rebranded it simply as Deverin, so we've dropped the Glen.
Oh.
Yeah. Goodbye, Glen.
Bye, Glen.
Bye, Glen. Cool.
Lovely.
Love a good Macduff. So, I believe next up we're visiting a favourite of mine from earlier in the year, possibly late last year. The year is it's a weird year, as you all know, and in my head it is all blurring into about 3 days that are about 40 years apart from each other.
Well, it's about right.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure this was November or December of last year.
Okay.
And
but it was definitely while we were physically having tastings together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our next adventure will be to a frolic in the clover. The panel found themselves in a carpenter's workshop to begin with.
Was it Kelly Carpenter?
I don't know if they got the name.
Was it Rob Carpenter? I wonder if Rob and Kelly have a workshop. We should ask them in the live chat.
We should ask. Rob and Kelly, do you have a workshop? Never mind. We're going to continue with the notes. At least the panel found themselves in a workshop to begin with. One with Brill Cream machine on the wall. They were followed notes of orange icing, rhubarb and custard, pollen dandelions, wild garlic, and carrot cake. A lick of eucalyptus resin also reared its head. Water rustled up some pink grapefruit, jasmine, jasmine, iced party rings, violets, starfruit, and bourbon biscuits. The palate brought honey-glazed barley, limoncello, drizzled strawberry, granata, lime jelly, pink wafers, and rye spice. A little reduction also added Jaffa cakes, mojitos, and a wonderful green malt note of pure pot still Irish whiskey. A hastily assembled bouquet of wildflowers was presented in the finish.
Again, I really don't remember those tasting notes.
I recall bits and pieces.
Maybe when we do tastings in person, we should actually recite the tasting notes like we're doing on these videos.
You know what?
Probably a good idea.
I do like, because we always discuss about how wild these tasting notes are during the presentation, but we don't actually spend a lot of time talking about them.
I probably skimmed over them, didn't really pay that much attention.
Yeah.
And then, back to work, because let's face it, we're working at those tastings.
This is true.
This is somewhat more relaxed. We're not having to refill water glasses.
There's a couch.
There's a couch. There is literally a couch.
It's so wonderful.
That being said, I cannot wait to actually be physically in the same room as people drinking whiskey.
Oh,
I mean, not that you're a very good company, but
drinking whiskey like in a group of whiskey loving people is beyond compare.
It's like going to a sports game full of sports fans.
Yeah,
like an empty arena is terrible.
That's fair. Yeah, I think I very much appreciate whiskey as a spectator sport with lots of people around, because you can pull tasting notes from across the room and spark ideas from other people. So,
which is actually why, like, as much as I do enjoy making these videos, but part of the reason I make these videos is because I really enjoy watching them back with everyone and doing the live chat.
Yeah,
like it's nice feeling part of the community still, and it's good. Love you guys.
Oh, all right. Let's crack into this one, shall we? This is cask number 123.28. A Frolic in the Clover, one of 206 bottles that they pulled from this first fill barrel, which is ex-bourbon.
Cool.
It is a Highland distillery, distilled August 20th of 2008, making it aged 9 years. This, I remember being beautiful. It sits cask strength at 61.7%.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember this one as well. Very nice, very nice. I think I mentioned at the last Outturn tasting, it's always comforting doing these videos with the SMWS whiskies, because you're always going to get a good pop. The pop and glug is second to none with an SMWS.
This is true. This is true. They design their bottles very, very well.
Certainly did. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So right off the bat, the thing that is really getting me right now on the nose is rhubarb.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was going to say rhubarb. I was like, yep.
Yeah, rhubarb and custard. Actually, rhubarb and custard candies, or boiled sweets, as I would call them in my youth. I wonder if I should check over the road at the British candy store, which is closing down, to see if they've got any rhubarb and custards, because they are delightful, and if you've never had one, you need to.
I'm fairly sure I have.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. They're probably my favourite boiled sweet.
Yeah.
Sucking candy.
I always find that strange that something boiled would be delicious. That's fine.
I mean, I love cabbage.
I know. Yeah,
I actually do.
Me too.
Boiled cabbage is a delight.
This is like, I do get like a bit of like a honey kind of sweetness to it too, but
yeah, there is a certain kind of sweetness to this one. There is a citric sweetness, definitely.
Yeah.
There's definitely not a Brill cream note for me though.
Yeah.
Brill cream's an odd one. Also, what's a Brill cream machine?
I don't know.
Robin Kelly, if you do have a workshop with a Brill cream machine, please tell us what it is. And also, I hope the restoration after the flood is going well. I'm sorry to hear the troubles.
Yeah. All right. let's see if there's anything more than rhubarb and... Oh, you know what?
Can I get the carrot cake?
Yeah. Like carrot cake and just like a slight bit of garlic.
I'm not sure I get the garlic.
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? Like fresh garlic or
No, like a have you ever had
garlic salt?
garlic salt is probably the best way to describe it, but it's like a greener variation of have you ever had a garlic bulb that is just it shouldn't have been pulled yet, but it was just there and green
like a really young
exactly.
Okay.
That's what I get.
Interesting.
My aunt always used to find the youngest garlic imaginable because she would use that for all of her pickling and jarring. I don't know why, but she said it tasted better.
Interesting.
Yeah,
My grandma was the same. She'd make green tomato chutney. Like most people make green tomato chutney by, at the end of the season, all the tomatoes that don't turn colour and, it's too late in the season, they're never going to turn colour. You just make green tomato chutney out of it. No, my grandma would just pick them green. Make chutney.
Cool.
Worked. Made damn good chutney. And this is why whiskey is fantastic. Because I have to admit, there's been many a time where we're sat together having lunch or just a slow day at work, where we're just like not quite sure what to talk about. But we're drinking whiskey, and I'm telling you stories about my grandma's chutney.
Yeah, this is perfect. It's
whiskey brings people together, ladies and gentlemen.
It's absolutely a conversation accomplice. It's just it's a great way to bring more things to the forefront.
Icebreaker.
Yes. Yes.
Don't put ice in your icebreaker.
Or your whiskey. No, you do what you want with your whiskey. I'm not judging you.
No. So long as you paid for it, you're all good. That's very nice. All right, let's throw some water in this. I want to get that limoncello. Love a good limoncello. Hello.
Put water in it, and you can tell me what iced party rings are.
Iced party rings?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel sorry for North Americans if you don't have iced party rings. I really don't, actually. They are probably the worst British biscuit.
Oh, okay.
They're like a plain, dry biscuit in a ring shape. Imagine like a really crap donut that's been squashed and it's dry, then with cheap icing on it, usually with a bit of a pattern on it. It's rubbish. No one likes an iced party ring.
I've seen some like cookies that are like that.
Yeah.
Biscuits.
Biscuits. Biscuits, cookies, same thing. I'm not talking scones, which is what you guys call biscuits. I'm still confused by what biscuits are here. I
just think of them as like kind of a fluffier cracker.
Yeah, that's a biscuit.
Yeah.
But if you go to Tim Hortons and get like a biscuit breakfast sandwich, it comes on like a scone.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That must be an American thing.
Yeah. Tim Hortons? No, but...
Well, Tim Hortons was American now.
They're definitely American owned now. It's kind of sad.
Because biscuits and gravy, that's like a scone with like...
Yeah.
Biscuits and gravy confused the hell out of me when I went to America, because I ordered it, and I was expecting like digestive biscuits and some gravy. I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I wanted to try it. Yeah. And instead I got a scone with white sauce.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
They probably use chicken gravy or something.
Yeah. It's like thick white gravy that got poured over a scone. It was so bizarre. Americans are strange. But I'm enjoying my frolic in the clover.
Yeah. Oh.
So, what can you tell us about this one, Brett? Where's it from?
This.
What is 123? Is 123?
It is 123.
123.
Yeah, this is a Glengoyne.
Glengoyne.
Yeah.
Love a Glengoyne.
Yeah. We've had some interesting revelations of previous distillery names in the last few months. This one is perhaps the most bizarre. Glengoyne, which was previously Glengoyne.
Yeah, so a separate word and spelled G-Y-N, right?
Yeah, it was first christened that. But even before that, it was, or I guess technically before Glengoyne, it was Burnfoot.
Burnfoot.
Yeah.
Catchy.
Right?
What are you drinking? Burnfoot.
Burnfoot. Pretty sure that's one of the...
I mean, I'm guessing like the foot of a burn. That makes sense in Scots because like a burn is like a creek. And like at the foot of a hill, the foot of a burn, it's geographic name.
See,
but it just sounds like someone stood on some coal.
It sounds like the name of a Hobbit family from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Meriadoc Burnfoot.
Exactly. Previously owned by Erdington, this malt is now owned by Ian MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod.
The Clan MacLeod, like Fox MacLeod.
Exactly.
Yes. Which is a company, not a person.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Of the Clan MacLeod.
Of the company of the Clan MacLeod.
Yeah. They've done a lot to raise the profile of Glengoyne since buying them in 2003. So I think they've just...
The official bottlings are very good. I mean, this is better. But the official bottlings are excellent if you're looking for a Glengoyne. We've got the 10, the 15, the 18. I think we've got the 21 in right now. Maybe. We do have the 21,
yeah.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, they've done good stuff. So as exciting as this one is, I'm always happy to revisit an old favourite. We are moving on now to something very exciting. This is Spellbindingly Sublime. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, Spellbindingly Sublime. The nose is like sinking into a honeypot full of cloves and allspice. Inside, there's also freshly eviscerated vanilla pods, quince jelly, plum wine, pear tartartin, and many tropical fruit syrups. In time, it becomes wonderfully mentholated with resinous herbal notes and hints of red cola and lime leaf. Reduction brings out bubblegum, black tea sweetened with brown sugar, dried mango, and hints of ivy and chamomile. The palate immediately displays Kendal mint cake, blackcurrant jam, dark chocolate, dandelion and burdock, old tobacco, sarsaparilla root, clover and medicine balls. Quite sublime. With water, there's jasmine, juniper, pink peppercorns, grape must, old calvados, many dried flowers, potpourri, incense, and lapsang souchong. Exquisite and beautiful whiskey. Wow, that sounds... I made Brett spit his water out. It's a black label, ladies and gentlemen. It's a black label. We have a black label in the wild. I think this is our first one on Drinking Out Loud.
I think so, too.
I think so. A very exciting black label. Let's read the label. It's black. 139.4. So this 139. This is definitely the first time we've had a 139 here in Canada.
Yeah.
It's only the fourth ever version of it. This is one of 181 casks that came from a first fill barrique.
Oh, interesting.
/ STR. You know what STR is? So STR is something that Jim Swan was, I think, the main proponent of it, if not the inventor. I'm not sure which. Mm-hmm. It's jokingly often referred to as Swan's Toasted Reserve. I know that's what Victoria Caledonia, who also local distillery that use STRs, they often call them Swan's Toasted Reserves. I believe it actually stands for Shaved Toasted Recharred.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So it's just what they do to the cask.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
This is 58.3% ABV. Its region is quite intriguing.
Okay.
This is from Taiwan.
Oh.
Yeah. And if that's not weird enough for you, regular SMWS attendees, this is the first ever SMWS here in Canada with no age statement. This is NA years aged.
Wow.
Right?
That is...
There is an exception to every rule. There's always an exception to every rule, and this is the exception to the rule that SMWS always have age statements and have the exact date of distillation. And the reason being is that the distillery that this is from, which you've probably guessed by now, and if you haven't, it'll be revealed shortly, does not allow anyone to reveal the age of their whiskey. They're so adamant that the age is irrelevant, and it's all about the way it's made and not how long it's aged, and the way it's aged, that they do not allow anyone. Whoever buys their cask, whether it's an independent bottler, whether it's an official bottling, they never reveal the age. Wow. Which I think is odd. But power to them. Like, if that's what they do, then I'm proud of these guys for standing up to a company like the SMWS who, for 35 years, 37 years probably now, I think, actually. Yeah. For like 37 years have adamantly always revealed all of the information possible. I mean, they are revealing all the information possible because the SMWS probably doesn't know the age either. They've always revealed the age of a whiskey, and these guys have stood up to them and said, "No, if you want a cask from us, you can't know the age. You can't tell the people the age. That's just the way it is."
It's nice that they let the whiskey speak for itself.
It is nice, and it's actually really interesting that despite that, and despite the fact that it's a black label, so you know it's going to be pricey, the SMWS went, "Yes, we want your whiskey. Give us your whiskey. Please give us your whiskey." I really, really can't wait to try this.
Yeah.
This is going to be epic. Can you see the color through the lights? We've got the studio lighting.
Just barely.
Like through the green glass, you always get just a little hint of what's to come with SMWS whiskies. Whether it's a little, it looked pretty dark.
Yeah.
One of the darkest whiskies I've ever had in my life was actually from this distillery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's
glasses at the ready. It's time for possibly one of the most epic pop and glugs yet.
Okay.
Oh, and the new black labels have the emblem on
Oh,
the
that's
lid there.
great.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, very nice.
That might have been the case previously. I don't think it was. That's really nice.
Well, it was always...
It was just blank.
They did have a... I think it was etched in black, or was that just for the spirit?
I think theirs is just blank.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
All right, the foil's off. The gloves are off. Ooh, it was a weird high pitch one.
That was interesting.
And you feel it slosh in the bottle there as well. That was. I think it's just. Can't wait to get out.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do yours first.
Oh, thank you.
Oh
my!
Cool.
Look at that.
This is not sherry cask, ladies and gentlemen. This is STR, shaved, toasted, recharred. Oh
wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
That smells almost rum-like. Oh. My lord.
Oh, wow.
It's like burnt sugar and tropical fruits. It's like someone took a fruit salad made entirely of the best fruits. So, it's a fruit salad without any of that damn, what's that crappy melon they always put in there?
Honeydew?
Honeydew.
Yeah.
It's a fruit salad, but it's all, papaya, mango, starfruit, all of those things.
Oh, wow.
And then they've covered it in sugar and stuck a blowtorch on it and bruleed that stuff.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Oh, wow.
And being drunk alongside a nice cup of black tea.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely a black tea on the nose. Oh. Jiminy Cricket. Okay. Let's put this a little front and center so you can bask in its glory a little.
Yeah, just...
Oh, look at that. Oh.
That's phenomenal.
If I'm staring off to my left a lot, it's because I've got a screen here and I can bask in the glory of what you're seeing, and that is a sexy bottle. It's so bizarre. It's so unique. Wowee.
I'm getting a lot more natural vanilla now.
Natural vanilla?
Yeah.
Has it been eviscerated?
I haven't cut it. No, but you know, like the
eviscerated vanilla bars.
It's like the artificial vanilla that you can put in coffee. You can get good natural stuff, and
vanilla,
that's what I get here.
Have you ever bought actual vanilla pods?
No. I mean, I've worked at restaurants that have used them, but yeah,
hilariously expensive.
Yeah.
Like you get 3 tiny little beans of vanilla, and it costs $40. It's probably not quite that expensive, but it's ridiculous. Yeah. I would wager that vanilla is worth more than gold in weight, probably substantially more, orders of magnitude. It's like saffron.
Yeah. Still has nothing on printer toner. It's the most expensive liquid in the world.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
The most expensive liquid in the world is not 50-year-old Macallan. It's printer toner.
It's printer ink, I guess.
I was going to say, because
toner is technically a powder.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a printer ink is...
Oh, like inkjet.
Yeah.
Like Epson inkjet, your Epson stylus printer.
Oh, yeah.
Where it always runs out far sooner than you think it should. And it always costs $60 to get a new cartridge.
Yeah, you get less than
That's fair. And
less than an ounce and a half in your little thing.
That's true. It's like $60 for an ounce and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some whiskies that top that, but it's definitely not bought as often.
It's just oof.
Wow. This is so dark you could probably use it as ink.
Oh, I wouldn't want to waste this on paper.
No.
All right, let's take the plunge here. That is smooth and inviting and magnificent.
So you know the Shinto, like, structure of the religion where they believe that literally everything has like its perfect form. There's the god, the god of radishes. If I was to name this whiskey, I would call this the god of Vimto. This is like Vimto's final form for me. Like, it's got all those herbal blackcurrant flavors in Vimto. Have you had Vimto? Is that a thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad. For a second there, I thought I completely lost my audience.
No.
No, it's like perfected Vimto, distilled to its most perfect form. Oh my god, that's good. How old do you reckon it would be though? Like, we don't know, so we've got to play the guessing game, right? We have to. Like, so knowing that it's a hot climate.
Yeah, and knowing that. Well, what's the
and
first fill barrique? Okay, I don't know how STRs age a whiskey.
Well, you had the Magna Braca from Victoria Caledonia. That was 18. That was 18 months in an STR.
Okay, so yeah, that's accelerated very well.
But not in as hot, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised to find out this was 18 months. But here's one thing, ladies and gentlemen. This, I believe, because it's SMWS, was bottled in Scotland. And anything bottled in Scotland, in order to call it a whiskey, I think has to be at least 3 years old, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How have the bourbons worked in SMWS? Have we had any bourbons less than 3? And have they been called whiskey? I don't know. I think they've just been called bourbon.
I think they've just been called bourbon.
We may have unlocked a secret here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do my homework and find out if that's the case. But if that is the case, that would mean that this is 3 years old, at least. Which is really old for this distillery.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of those magic distilleries where, like, 3 is, like, ancient.
I was going to put this at, like, 18 months, maybe, just due to the richness and, like, it's so well put together.
Oh, yeah. Like these guys have harnessed lightning.
Yeah.
Like, this is lightning in a bottle. Like,
oh my!
The fact that they are able to put together a whiskey this beautiful, rich, and complex at probably a very young age is hard to say. Like, the youngest SMWS single malt that I've had, probably before this, would be that Lowland that we had last year.
Yeah,
the 3-year-old.
The 3-year-old,
which went on to win the best Lowland under 12 in the Whiskey Magazine, I think it was. This is phenomenal. Sublime, one might say.
Spellbindingly so. I'm trying to, like, I want to kind of pick stuff out. Ooh, 12.
Dandelion and burdock, yeah. It is, so, dandelion and burdock and sarsaparilla, 2 notes that are in there. I think most North Americans won't really know what that means, but if I was to say root beer, that's exactly that.
Yeah. It's, the definitely is like a really nice deep sarsaparilla note to it.
All right, well, if you haven't already worked it out, I'm going to rip off that Band-Aid and tell you where this is from. Taiwanese single malt. It's got to be Kavalan. So, hailing from Yuanshuan in Taiwan. I like rhyming. I like places that rhyme. This distillery has been raising eyebrows and ruffling the feathers of the old guard since 2008. It's named after the indigenous peoples of the area and is owned by the King Car Group. It shot to fame after being featured at a prestigious blind tasting in Leith for the Robbie Burns Night in 2010, where it beat out not only an English malt but 3 Scottish single malts to claim the first prize. In 2015, the World Whisky Awards went as far as saying that Kavalan is, and I'm quoting here, the best single malt whiskey on earth. It's a bold claim, Colin.
That's a big claim. But you know what?
Pretty good. Yeah, I can understand why the SMWS decided to go against everything that they've done in their entire history and say, yeah, okay, we'll release something without an age statement. We'll play your game, Kavalan, if it means we get some of your sweet, sweet whiskey. Oh, I should also mention, was it this whiskey? I can't remember. Was it this whiskey or the one before? I laughed at the tasting notes. It said Kendall mint cake.
Oh,
Was that this one? I think it might have been the one before. I think it might be the Glengoyne.
yeah, it was the Glengoyne.
Kendall mint cake is basically like sugar and mint compressed into a tablet.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed to keep hikers like energized.
Huh. I added a bit of water.
Yeah. Good idea, bad idea.
Like, good idea. The old Calvados that they mentioned in the tasting notes,
Oh yeah.
very, very representative now.
So
But
apple syrup. Apple
it's not pure. It's definitely there now.
I love a good apple syrup.
Mm. Oh.
Yeah, that's really good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how we
Oh.
follow this up.
Well,
Oh,
that's your job.
you know what? I have an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something a little bit different.
a little different.
A little different.
Yeah, a little off the cuff.
Shall I find some matches?
No.
No. But
Mm.
it says on the show notes that the next one's fruity bag tobacco.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Okay,
We got a torch later. It's fine. Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah.
All right,
Here we go.
take it away, bro.
Tate & Lyle's finest golden syrup hues hide aromas of labyrinthine complexity. There is initial waft of fresh figs, overripe plums, the seats of a Rover 90. Huh?
Like the Mars rover?
I guess.
No, it's gonna be a Range Rover.
Maybe. There's also Balkan Sobrain pipe tobacco. And a touch of deep heat, just for good measure. It's, sore back.
Yeah. It's a massage in a bottle.
A little surprising then, when the avalanche you expect becomes a gentle cuddle of flavor. Initial sweetness gives way to an unctuous embrace of fruity sapwood and zesty orange flesh, which clings to the palate with a lip-smacking fervor. At the end, you're left in a warm and satisfying, gently tannic afterglow.
I love a gently tannic afterglow.
This is how we cleanse a bit
Yeah.
of that last beautiful whiskey.
Yeah, that Cavalan was so powerful. It'd be really difficult to find a whiskey to follow, so we didn't.
How about an Armagnac?
That sounds great to me.
Let's
All right.
get there.
So we just did the alternatives tasting last time, and I talked about how, to be frank, that Armagnac disappointed me.
Yeah?
I know this Armagnac. I've had this Armagnac several times. I own this Armagnac,
This
and this
is-
does not disappoint me.
Mhm.
All right, Brett, you crack open your bottle of Armagnac. Just give me a dram. Nice.
Ooh. I didn't get my glass ready. What a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
There you are.
I don't know why Armagnac is always watered down to 40, because like most of the Armagnacs I've had now are from the SMWS, and they're just so much better.
Yeah, I mean,
Armagnac works at cask strength.
let's
Better
just
than
go through
Cognac
it.
does, I think.
This is cask number A3.2. It is the Armagnac fruity pipe tobacco, one of 510 they pulled out of this Gascon Black Oak, which I assume is massive for 510 bottles.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming like the standard cask size across Europe through most things is the butt size, right?
Yeah,
So it's probably a butt made of Gascon oak,
yeah, that's
like a limousine cask
just
size.
amazing. So this, yeah, it's amazing. 2000, the year 2000 is the vintage, and it's phenomenal. Bass Armagnac, obviously the region, and the great Banco Ungini.
Bacco Uni.
Uni?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a great.
It's a
yeah.
blanc. It's
Uni Blanc. Bacco and Uni Blanc. Yeah.
Uni Blanc.
Firing Uni Blancs.
It's
Yeah, like man, I love this Armagnac, which is one of the reasons I was so disappointed at the other one. Like this is cask strength at 46.7, right?
Yeah.
And that extra 6.7 so helps. Like this is also much older than the Armagnac I had last week, or week before last, according to the video. I took a week off. There was no YouTube show last week.
I'm so proud of you.
I know, right?
Because you've put up a lot of hours on this YouTube thing.
Like 30.
Yeah. Like almost entirely solo.
Yeah.
You pitched it to myself and Pat a couple times.
But then we couldn't because, COVID.
And then that happened.
The C word.
Yeah, but, we're getting back to it.
Let's have some company.
We're getting back to it.
I mean, I'm not sure that I'll invite you for every tasting, but at least the SMWS ones.
Thank you. That's lovely. But whenever you want me to come drink whiskey, I'm
Oh,
here
yeah.
for you.
I mean, we don't have to do it on camera, though.
No, please.
Yeah. So Bass Armagnac is actually a subregion of Armagnac.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. I learned a little bit about that in my Malternatives tasting. I just love the word Malternatives, and this is a great Malternative.
Yeah, this is just a really, really cool spirit.
Ah, yes. Figs, plums, tobacco.
I still want to know what the seats of a Rover 90 mean. I assume
Yeah,
it's just
right.
kind of that leather style, but I mean...
Like sun-kissed leather. And then there is that sun-kissed leather thing
Yeah.
going on the nose there. Old, cracked leather seats. Yeah. Because, old sun-kissed leather has a very distinctive smell, which new leather is completely different. It is almost slightly dusty on the nose.
A little bit. No, the funny thing is you have just a bit of a taste. And that kind of heating action does really remind me of like a back rub, kind of like deep heat that they described in the tasting. Just kind of that, it basically just brings everything up and out. It's wonderful.
Nice. I've never used deep heat. Maybe I should.
It's just, it just, burns your skin a little. Really, really gets those muscles that are aching.
So it's like a
loosen up
bath
bit.
without a bath.
A little bit.
Huh, that's good. I don't fit in my bath.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I should get some deep heat.
Yeah.
Cheaper than a new bath.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. I'll just get a new bath.
Just get one of the kiddie pools. Done.
Kiddie pools in a really big kettle.
Yep.
Oh, that's so pleasant. Yeah, this is actually so glad that we have this after that Cavalan because it's very wax on, wax off. It's so gentle but still flavorful. It's only 46%, but being a grape base, it's got a little bit more residual sugars in it.
After reading those tasting notes, like they pull a lot of the nurturing kind of quality of this Armagnac, and I gotta tell you, it completely delivers.
An embrace of fruity sapwood.
Yeah,
That's
it's
sounds
great.
sticky.
A little bit, yeah. It definitely requires you to have a kiddie pool afterwards.
It gets the hose. All right, well, next we have something very interesting that I'm really looking forward to. But before that, would you like to enlighten everyone as to what distillery this is? Because, frankly, I don't think anyone's going to have heard of this distillery.
Thank goodness. Then that means if I pronounce it incorrectly, they won't know.
That's the plan. I mean, I own a bottle of this, and even I couldn't remember the distillery. I had to look it up.
J. Goudelin?
We discovered in the Malternatives episode, I do not speak French, and neither does Brett, so...
Oh, I literally flunked out of French in 9th grade.
And you have no excuse, like, you're Canadian. Like, it's your second language now.
I'm supposed to be able to speak it.
Yeah.
And no, I flunked out, and instead I stayed in the class and read The Lord of the Rings.
That's much better use of your time.
That was, I literally just did that.
Cool.
It was great.
Nice.
Oh, and I know one French phrase, and that's "Est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît?"
Very nice. I don't know what it means. I remember a French song, Un éléphant qui se baladait pour la forêt. Hang on. So, something about an elephant walking in a forest.
So remember a French song is a stretch.
Yeah. I remember of a French song.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I just asked if I could use the bathroom.
A parrot lands on its shoulder and it's called Jacques.
Oh, nice.
That's the entirety of the song.
Jack or Jacques?
Un petit perroquet qui se... Jacques.
Jacques.
Yeah, qui s'appelle Jacko. Or Jacko, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Something about an elephant and a parrot.
Anyways, these guys, back to the fumbled pronunciation. They've been creating Armagnac for well over 85 years.
Wow.
And to this day, they still bottle, label, and cap everything by hand. Huh. So they are very, they embrace
Yeah,
this
it's really hands-on. Although this is probably the exception to that rule.
Yeah, they didn't bottle,
no.
label, or do any of this, but there's always an exception.
As we learned with Camelot, there's always an exception to every rule.
Of course. Yeah. Their stocks of Armagnac date back from before they were even distilling. You can actually buy a 1914 Armagnac from them right now at armagnac.com.
Armagnac.com.
Yeah.
That's a great website.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, if you have some time to kill, why not check out to see like how many 100-year-old Armagnacs are available?
I want a 100-year-old Armagnac.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Just what are you doing for your next Christmas bonus?
100-year-old Armagnac.
All right, there you go.
Hell yes.
Sure.
That's the SMWS should get on that. Buy some 100-year-old Armagnac casks.
You know, I'd probably spend like my next bonus on a beach vacation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, all going well, I'm on a beach vacation right now. In time of airing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Well, kind of. I mean, it's not a tropical beach. It's much more of a rugged West Coast beach. Almost the kind of beach that you get in Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd find there's like a small strip of sand or something on it. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's quite a nice beach on Hornby.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of which, that brings us nicely to the next whiskey, which is a beachcomber, or the beachcomber. A beautiful and evocative nose, freshness, sunlight, seashore, medical balms, sandalwood, petrichor. That's twice we've had petrichor this tasting. Wild herb gardens all jostle together for attention. Greenery, waxes, old papers, distant seaweed, and complex, fragrant mineral aspects. Dilution offers up bog myrtle, heather flowers, juniper, and lemon peel, superbly fresh. The arrival in the mouth is tart, raw gooseberry with delicate acidity, cut grass, gorsebush, prickle, and red apple. Some sea buckthorn grapefruit pith, citra hops, and buttery cereals, beguiling stuff. With water, there's a kiss of vanilla, some sweet cereals, and pink sea salt. Hints of salty licorice, wild mint leaf, children's medicines, lime zest, and brine diluted with extra virgin olive oil. A finish drifts endlessly out to sea. Drink this one with your eyes closed. I think I will. I think I will close my eyes as I drink this. That sounds... I miss the old drinking tips. Were you around for those?
No.
So back in the olden days, before SMWS changed their labels, every whiskey not only had the crazy write-up, but also had a description of the colour, which they were definitely running out of ideas for.
Yeah.
There's only so many ways you can say it looks like Chardonnay.
Yeah.
But they also had a drinking tip. For every whiskey, they'd give you a tip of how and when to drink it.
Oh,
so yeah, drink with your eyes closed. I will.
Okay.
I will. It's also probably the most doable of the drinking tips from the SMWS. It's normally like drink whilst riding side saddle at the fairground or something.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's definitely a strength.
Yeah. But this is cool.
This is a really cool bottle.
I love the blue. I think it's a really nice shade of blue. So this, if you haven't already guessed, is a blended malt. You can probably guess, A, by the fact that it's got cool artwork on it, but also clear bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love seeing the SMWS in a clear bottle. It's really, it feels the right kind of wrong.
It's one of those like, ooh, I know exactly what I'm getting into, and that is, I have no idea what I'm about to get into.
Yeah, totally. So the Beachcomber, we're going to get into, I've been given a bit of a write-up of what the Beachcomber is all about, the idea behind it, and what they were aiming for, but I think we should taste it first.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 7 years old, and interestingly, this is a blend of Campbellton and Highland malts matured in first fill bourbon barrels. And I don't know, I have zero confidence in this information, but some random guy on the internet, and you know how random guys on the internet are always right, some random guy on the internet said that it was Glen Scotia and Clynelish.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean, if he said it on the internet,
it's probably right.
It's the truth.
I don't know if that's actually true. I don't know if the SMWS have released any information. It may just be that they think it tastes like Glen Scotia and Clynelish. Certainly would make sense. They sound like they would go together. It's the kind of thing that Compass Pox would certainly do. I really like the idea of this. I love coastal whiskies. I love Campbellton whiskies. I love Highland whiskies. This can't go wrong.
Yeah.
As always with the vatted malts or the blended malts, they are 50% ABV. So they are presented at the ideal drinking rate. And
I have yet to be dissatisfied with an SMWS blend.
No, they've been awesome. I'm frankly just surprised it's taken them so long to do them.
Yeah.
Because everything that we've had so far has been great. Both peat fairies have been fantastic.
Do you wonder? Do they need to require do they need to have special dispensation from each distillery in order to blend them?
No, you buy a cask and do what the hell you want
I
with
guess
it.
that's
Sure.
fair.
I mean, I know there's many, that's the whole thing with the teaspoon rule, right? That
Yeah.
Sometimes you buy a cask and they tell you have to put this in a blend.
Yeah.
I doubt there'd be anyone that sells a cask and says this has to be released as a single malt.
Yeah,
That would be weird.
that would be strange.
Yeah. I mean, there's some ones that you probably just wouldn't, but... well, let's see what this is all about. I'm intrigued and excited in approximately equal measure.
Yeah.
It's a violent glug. And, nope.
Oh, here. Yeah.
I need one of these. One thing I want to know is how peaty is it, because it doesn't really give us much of an idea of the flavor profile.
It doesn't smell like a lot.
No, definitely not too peaty. Just a touch of peat, maybe. You know what it smells like?
There we go.
It smells to me like bananas.
Yeah.
Not in the official tasting notes, but they're in my tasting notes. Yeah, definitely go banana on that. Get the licorice on the nose as well.
Yeah, licorice I get. I'm not sure I'm with you on the banana.
No?
No.
How about if I was to say this intriguingly smells a little bit like a gin?
Okay. I see where you're going.
Now you with me?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a little like that old Perth Victoria Whiskey Festival
Yep.
edition. Yeah. Which I still attest is a fantastic whiskey out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good whiskey.
But then again, I like gin. I could see if someone doesn't like gin, they wouldn't like it. But this is very, very faintly gin. It's not quite the karate chop to the throat of gin that is the Victoria Whiskey Festival edition Old Perth.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty nice.
You definitely get a bit of peat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is... Do you know the idea of like a summer beer? Something light and refreshing.
Yeah, like a Radler.
Easily drinkable. This is a summer whiskey.
But in a very different way to what I've experienced as the quintessential summer whiskey,
Yes.
which is Compass Box the Circle.
Oh yeah.
Because that was just
that's
just apricot juice in a bottle.
yeah.
This is capturing a very different summer. This is less that bright sunny day summer and more of the exploration on a seacoast summer.
Yeah, this
Actually,
for me.
This would be the perfect whiskey to take with me to Hornby.
There you go.
If I make it to Hornby this week.
Yeah, this for me is a whiskey that you sit and enjoy like at a riverbed or creekside.
On a riverbed, like underwater?
No, next to
Next to a river. Okay, gotcha.
just like you don't need to be
Riverbank,
to
I
be
think, is what you were
moving.
going for.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It evokes a kind of an exploratory nature. I think is maybe the best way to describe it. But it's the
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It makes you want to do a puzzle.
a little bit.
It makes me want to do a jigsaw. I don't know why. It's good. It's very wholesome. I don't. There's nothing particularly risque about this whiskey. It's just beautifully wholesome.
Mm-hmm. I'm really getting the mint now too in it.
Like almost mint julepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of just sings. That is lovely.
So tell me, Brett, have you ever had sea buckthorn?
No.
Me neither.
Yeah.
No idea what that's like.
No clue.
Sounds fun though.
But if it's anything like this, I think I'd enjoy it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Citra hops.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I always get.
Maybe that's where I got my summer beer idea from
Maybe.
originally.
I always get a slight soapy note to citra hops in beers.
That
Not
happens.
unpleasantly,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like almost like a Dove soap bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've done it again. I would say this is up there. It's hard to say. I was about to say this is possibly my favorite blend, and then I remember all the other blends. I'm like, oh, but that was good. Ooh,
Yeah.
but that was good. The old fashioned that we had last time.
That old fashioned is
phenomenal.
Blend.
This one so good.
This one hits a different stride for me.
Yeah.
Where this is, and I still contest, like this is a really easy drinking dram on a maybe somewhat rainy or difficult day, but it's something that you can go to for comfort.
You know what I think? I think this is probably, if we were giving the blends marks for thematic accuracy, like the Peat Fairy is very peaty and kind of, ethereal.
Peat Fairy 2.
Very peaty as well.
Yeah.
The first one, which I can never remember the name of, that was the sherry cask.
It was before my time.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh. That was really nice too, but it was very sherry.
Yep.
And the last one was very experimental. It had the IPA cask. This one, it's got the theme of the beachcomber, but I think you could call this anything and it would still be a great whiskey. You could name this after a person like Dewars or Fells did. Yeah. You could name this Vaults, and I would still think it's a fantastic whiskey. I don't think it fits the theme necessarily as well. I think it's clutching at straws a little bit to say it's coastal beachcombery, but maybe it's a very well put together whiskey. Yeah. It's probably, I would say, the best constructed blend.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah.
There were notes that came along with it, right?
Yes.
Maybe that'll help us put something together.
Let's see what they had in mind when they were creating this. Yeah. So this is from the SMWS. Looking to our flavour profiles for inspiration, we decided to experiment with malts that displayed classic coastal characteristics. So they're talking about the oil and coastal flavour profile. And apparently, that's the official word, flavour profile, not collection.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah. Exploring our warehouse, we identified a selection of first fill bourbon barrels from both Campbellton and Highland regions as our blending ingredients. After creating and assessing a number of different recipes, we settled on the 12th one, which sits at the lighter end of the flavour profile, with just the slightest hint of peat behind a boatload of fruit and coastal evocations.
Yeah.
The panel favoured this for its balance and complexity, a blended malt of great intrigue, displaying remarkable texture and vibrancy. We give you the Beachcomber. All right.
It explains why this is a really nice malt. It doesn't quite explain the name, but you know what? It is growing on me.
I mean, maybe it's just a clue as to where the blends are from. Maybe it's a coastal highland, which would mean Clynelish. Yeah. Clynelish is a coastal highland, per mare per terras. That is their Latin motto. I love that they have a Latin motto. I think everything should have a Latin motto. We should work on the Strath Latin motto.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Carpe jugulum. No. No, very nice. I think a stunning effort. And the one thing that makes this even nicer, Brett, as you will see at the end of this video when we release this for sale, the price is excellent.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, this is really, really good. It's even better if you take, like, the money ratio into it. Yeah.
All right.
Very good. Thoroughly recommend. What's next, Brett?
Well, once again, we're going to go to something peated.
Cool.
Something interesting.
All right.
Something maybe a little, let's say, controversial.
Is this because the last time we had this, I put a screen on that gave people headaches?
Exactly.
Alrighty. Should I put the same screen on again?
Let's do it. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tripping the Light Fantastic.
Trippy.
A rather bonkers aroma of strawberry toothpaste, smoked mint, lapsang souchong, salt-baked fruits, rye spice, caraway, smoked beer, horseradish, and smoked fish. With dilution, there's medical marijuana, nutmeg, smoked salmon, hessian, smoked mussels, brine, and hot paprika. The madness continues on the palate with lime oil, cured meats, concentrated peat extracts, medical tinctures, oyster sauce, preserved lemons, raspberry trifle, sandalwood, newspaper ash, and cough medicine. With water, there's terra masalata, sardines and brine, olive oil, coal tar, soap, and salty kedgeree. A crazy yet hugely enjoyable dram that was matured for 13 years in an ex-bourbon hogshead before being transferred to a first fill charred red wine barrique.
Nice.
That's a mouthful, and it sounds like a delicious one.
It does. I do love some kedgeree.
It's yeah.
And yeah, this is a cool one. So this is 135.14,
Yeah.
which I just had to suggest that we had this one just because we've already had one 135.
We have
and
had
this
a
is
135.
very different 135.
This is another Loch Lomond. No, I'm not going to make you work for it. You don't have to rewind the video. It's fine. But it is an example of how the same distillery code can give two very different whiskeys.
Absolutely.
Just a really cool profile. So, 135.14. It is a 13-year aged first fill barrique red wine cask after 13 years in an ex-bourbon. It is cask strength at 55.4% ABV, and of course, a Highland malt. Tripping the Light Fantastic is such a good name for this whiskey, especially with all of the... Hang on. Especially with all the tasting notes that they gave. My favorite being medical marijuana.
Which I don't think I'm on trial here. I've tried both medical and non-medical. I don't think there's actually a difference. But I like that they feel like they had to put medical to feel like, they're not supporting
Exactly.
the non-medical marijuana.
But I mean...
Because, of course, in Scotland, you can't have marijuana like we can here in Canada.
Come on, Scotland. Get with that. It's not... It's fine. It's fine. There's just so much peat essence in this whiskey, and I'm really excited to try it again. So, here we go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that the red wine doesn't overpower this whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
They used a red wine cask, but they use it sparingly. Like, what was the age on this again? 13. So, yeah, it was less than 1 year. Yeah. And that's exactly, I think, what that needed.
Like, looking through, there is salt baked fruit, smoked mint, smoked beer, smoked fish.
Yeah, that's the bottle. Look at that. You dripping down
Oh,
the
my
middle.
goodness.
Oh, well. It's not worth as much for resale now.
That's okay.
It's not worth anything for resale. It's open.
I mean, that's fair, too.
Also, it's illegal to resell alcohol in BC.
That's a good point. You know, I'll just take it home. Don't worry.
All right.
It's fine.
Sounds good.
Yeah, don't worry. Oh, this is...
Yeah, it's very coastal. This is, I think, what I was expecting from the name of the last one, Beach Pepper.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
But what I got was very, very good. It's just not quite what I expected from the name. I love that one of the early notes in there was baked fruits.
Yep.
I've seen quite a few baked fruits in Amsterdam.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It's back to the medical marijuana particle.
There we go.
Yeah, it's full circle now.
I was with more baked nuts. There was a joke in there somewhere. Preserved lemons, yeah.
Yeah. Lime oil.
Yeah, I remember the first time I had this, I thought it had been mislabeled. Because to me, and it's weird because they're owned by the same company, but to me this tastes like a Glen Scotia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's got that slightly rubbery thing with all those coastal notes. Like, it's so coastal, but it's nowhere near the sea.
Yeah.
Like, Loch Lomond, like, a lot of people think the lochs are big, like Great Lakes big. No, it's basically a pond.
Yeah, they're just...
Like, Loch Lomond's not actually very big.
You can't skip a rock across it, but it's...
I bet the world record for rock skipping is actually longer than the narrowest part of Loch Lomond. I bet you could skip a rock across Loch Lomond.
All right.
Challenge
accepted.
All right, okay. To the Guinness Book of Records.
But before we try this, we're going to go to the distillery first.
Sure.
Yeah, just to...
Yeah, and try skipping rocks.
Yes.
That sounds great.
Exactly.
I was at one of the distilleries I was planning to visit, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I look forward to...
No, that's it.
I mean, it's such an interesting place, right? They've got all these different types of stills. They make a ridiculous amount of different spirits.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with this minor delay, maybe this will, give you enough time to get a decent bankroll, and I'll just go with you.
I'm not sure the Strath can survive without either of us here.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, all right. I think that would be good fun, actually.
Yeah.
More the merrier.
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now, I've said enough about this distillery today, but I know you have one piece of trivia that you love.
Oh, I do. The Captain Haddock trivia.
Yeah.
I didn't know this until a previous episode, because we've always used Captain Haddock from Tintin likes this whiskey.
Yeah.
But as was revealed in a previous episode of Drinking Out Loud, Apparently, Captain Haddock was drinking Loch Lomond before it was cool. He was actually drinking it before it existed. It was actually a fictional whiskey in the Tintin cartoons before the distillery opened.
Wow.
I don't know if that influenced the name. I'm assuming the fact that it's very close to Loch Lomond was the biggest influence on the name.
That's probably.
But yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, it makes sense for a name of a distillery. Like, it's a very famous loch. Like,
I thought you were going to say it makes sense because Captain Haddock himself was such a hipster.
Oh, yeah. Captain Haddock is the original hipster.
Yeah,
Did you not know this?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Drinking
Drinking everything before it was cool.
Yeah, wearing captain hats before it was cool.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You know, I know Duke's away at sea right now.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Duke Snyder, who's a regular here at Drinking Out Loud. It'd be great to get him on a video one day.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think he's our very own Captain Haddock.
I wonder if he has any Loch Lomond's.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yeah. Cheers, Duke.
Yeah. Hopefully when you're rewatching this in a couple of months when you get back, hopefully you had a safe trip.
I mean, there could be internet on the boat.
I don't think that exists.
It does exist.
No, it totally exists.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you can hog the bandwidth enough to watch whiskey videos, though.
He'll find a way.
Probably. If you're watching this, Duke, we love you, buddy.
Well, this is a beautiful peated whiskey.
Well, this is great.
I wonder what's next on the docket.
What's next on the docket is one that I had trouble placing in the lineup because I have no idea what this is going to be like. This is a brand new concept for the SMWS, a concept that actually here at the Strath we're very familiar with. And we're about to find out more. This is B plus B equals B squared, which I know there's a bunch of people screaming at the YouTube channel right now going, B equals 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, B equals 2.
I can do.
Well, what happens when you put two B's together? You get honey, damn it. No, that's not true. You need more than two B's for honey. But let's talk about B plus B equals B squared.
All right, let's do it.
Aromas of a distant wood fire on the beach combined with mellow Virginia tobacco, having that typical touch of grassiness and earthiness, alongside citrus and slight floral note. On the palate neat, we enjoyed Bloody Mary oysters, again with the Bloody Marys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, salty, fresh, spicy, and a hint of sweetness. When we added water, we stepped into the room the morning after, the air filled with the aroma of empty whiskey glasses, once filled with peaty whiskey and sweet cigar smoke.
I've been in that room.
I have been in that room. It's a good room.
Yeah.
Was that like, I mean, minus cigar smoke, that's basically like the morning after the whiskey festival, right?
It's the mornings during the whiskey festival.
We shared hotel rooms on a couple of occasions. We could just take those 2 beds. Like, I don't want to
that's
walk them. Anyway, what a great night. It was surrounded by friends.
It was good.
Yeah. I feel like these tasting notes are legitimately talking about our Victoria Whiskey Festival experience.
That's super nice.
Huh. So, what is this? This is 70.38. It is from the Lightly Peated collection. I'm going to keep using collection. I like it.
Yeah.
It's from the 11th of May 2005. It's aged for 13 years. It's from a second fill barrel with a very special finish. It's a Highland whiskey. It is 57.3% ABV. And very interestingly, it is one of 83 bottles. I don't know what happened to the rest of them. I don't know if there was particularly thirsty angels.
Was it one of 183?
One of 83. One of 83.
Those are some drunk angels.
There's some very drunk angels. The angels are tipsy. And as I mentioned, a very special finish. So 70, for those of you who recognize 70, they don't make peated whiskey. How then is this a peated malt? It's a peated malt because after 11 years in an ex-bourbon barrel, it was transferred into a barrel which was previous, and I love that this is the official line here, previously contained SMWS Distillery number 3. Not Bowmore, SMWS Distillery number 3.
Whoa!
Yeah. So this is an ex-Bowmore cask.
That's so cool.
And that explains one of the Bs.
Oh, okay,
right?
Yeah, because
so
B plus...
We're going back to the beginning of this tasting, where I don't know if you noticed, the first 3 distilleries all started with B.
Yep.
Yeah. So back to Bs again.
Okay.
So it's a distillery that begins with B, and it's from the Highlands. So we'll keep that guessing in the back of your head.
Glen... Wait a minute.
No, Blen.
Blend.
Ben Nevis? No.
No.
Alrighty. Ben Nevis is 16, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's Glenturret.
That's Glenturret.
I don't know what Ben Nevis is.
This is what the internet is for. That was good pop.
That was a very good pop. We saved the best for last. And I'm very intrigued to see how peaty this is. I put it last because, I mean, I like the whole alternating thing.
Yep.
And the last whiskey was also lightly peated, and so is this. So I'm trusting the SMWS panel on distinguishing lightly peated from heavily peated. And see how it goes. It doesn't smell as peated.
Nope.
But it does smell peated.
Yeah.
It smells like frozen corn.
What an oddly specific yet perfect tasting note.
Thanks. Like freezer burnt frozen corn.
Yeah.
It's mostly because I finished a bag of freezer burnt frozen corn off last night, putting in some Kraft mac and cheese.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm officially Canadian. I had Kraft dinner for dinner. Although I did Englishify it a little. We added cubes of fried luncheon meat.
Oh, I mean, you just cut up some Spam and throw it in there.
Pretty much,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Well, it was tulip, not Spam. Tulip.
Same thing.
Slightly less salty.
Same thing. Interesting. There definitely is a slight floral note on the nose.
Yeah, totally. The tobacco thing's a good note. Yeah, it smells like Old Morris. Which is a tobacconist here in Victoria, for those of you thinking I just really offended an old man who smokes.
You got the order right.
Yeah? Is it peaty on the palate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's going to be interesting.
Lovely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is that? Holy. That is unique. Oh. I never thought I would ever see a peated whiskey. Well, it's peated, but it's not peated in the conventional method from this distillery. This is super cool.
That's really interesting.
And it does, I mean, the concept is exactly like our Echoes of the Hebrides from Shelter Point. Right?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
But that's Lafroig cask, not Bowmore. But similar distilleries.
Yeah.
I wonder if some of the floral notes are coming from the Bowmore too.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
All right, so
That's wild.
You guys want to know what the second B is? It's not Brett. It's also not Bradshaw. It's Balblair. While Balblair has always been called Balblair, it hasn't always been in the same space that it is now. Started in 1790, they actually decided to move in 1872 to a brand new site which gave them better access to the new railway line, which probably a good move.
So they were their original site for over 100 years.
Not quite 100 years. 1790 to 1872.
Okay, so
yeah, so like 70, 80 years.
80-ish years, and then they moved, and then they've been at their new site for 130?
Yeah.
No, 100.
Yeah, 150.
Yeah, almost 150 years.
Yeah. So the new site's the predominant site now.
Oof.
Yeah. But I mean, having access to the railway lines is a very good idea because in the olden days, a railway was the way to get ingredients in and to get product out.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very good idea. It's one of the reasons Speyside became such a force to be reckoned with in the whiskey world. Although this, of course, is a Highland.
Mm-hmm.
Little known fact: the Highlands also had train lines.
Highlands had trains?
I know. Up until quite recently, Balblair was releasing their official bottlings as vintages rather than age statements, something that was popularised by Glenrothes. It was also the distillery featured heavily in the movie The Angel's Share. Have you seen that yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, we should watch The Angel's Share. It's great.
Done.
You seen the Full Monty?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Scottish Full Monty, but instead of stripping, they're drinking whiskey.
Yeah, sure, I'm into either.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we can watch both at the same time on two monitors. It'd be perfect. Yeah, it's great. I really like The Angel's Share. I thoroughly encourage anyone out there to go and watch The Angel's Share. It's a hilarious movie. Especially as a whiskey fan. It's Charles MacLane's in it. Which is fun. I mean, like Charles MacLane does tasting notes for the SMWS. He's like one of the names in whiskey, and he's like he's not just a cameo. He's basically a character playing himself in the movie.
Nice.
It's great.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thoroughly recommend it. I also thoroughly recommend this whiskey.
Yeah, this is great.
Really cool.
Honestly, I'm shocked at how peated this comes through on the palate.
It's just from the cask.
It's not... Oh,
And it's a very different peat to the last one.
absolutely.
It's kind of apples and oranges. This is more of a distant smoke peat rather than a medicinal plasticky peat, the last one.
Oh,
I'm a little bit in love.
I gotta tell you, this is exactly how I wanted to spend the afternoon. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I have missed doing this.
I know, right? You've been stuck in the store. Actually, I do want to publicly thank Brett for all his work during COVID, because he's been a trooper, been here throughout the whole time. So, like, just as I think it's just me, you, and Megan who have been here the entire time. And Kieran.
And Kieran, yeah. And Sandra.
Oh, Sandra, but she only works 1 day a week.
Yeah.
But still, it's really good to have Brett around as one of the core people in the store. It's good to have him in the store. It's even better to have him on this couch drinking whiskey with me.
Oh,
Drinking out loud with me right here.
it's a pleasure to be your co-host once again, sir.
Hey, it's good to have you, man.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do? We need to release these whiskeys.
Oh, yes. This is the important part.
Release them out into the wild like a flock of doves from a...
This is the part of the video where we break the website.
Not anymore. We have a new server. It hasn't broken once since the new server.
Oh, cool.
All right.
All right. Well, then the joke is less funny.
I know. I mean, actually, if you can break the website, I encourage you to do so. That would be funny, because we're world-class leading server now. It would be very impressive if we did break the website. It would probably mean we sell a lot of whiskey. Which, honestly, with this lineup, I would not be surprised. If you haven't found one of the whiskeys in the 12 we've just tasted that doesn't speak to you on some kind of level, then I feel sorry for you, because this was a fantastic suite of whiskeys. Both repeats and new whiskeys alike. But it is time to reveal the prices.
I'll let you take care of this.
All right. So whiskey number 1 today is the 12.18 Whatever Floats Your Boat from the Ben Riach. That is $156.43. But it's not.
What?
Why is that, Brett?
Well, I mean, I'd assume it'd be some kind of price reduction.
Some kind of price reduction is right. Because not only are we celebrating SMWS Canada Day with 12 whiskies on a Drinking Out Loud episode and 6 fantastic new releases, we are having a flash sale.
Oh,
it's like a flash mob, but with less dancing.
I love that idea. I dislike dancing.
Me too. So we're actually going to give you, we're not going to make up some special fancy price for everything. We're just going to give you straight 10% off. And the way we're going to do that is with a special coupon online. You can only get this discount by using strathliquor.com. And you can get it using the special coupon code SMWS Canada 2020. So SMWS Canada 2020. And that will give you 10% off of this whiskey. 12.18, whatever floats your boat. Normally 156.43. With your 10% off, that brings it down to $140.79.
Very good.
That is pretty stunning. Now, on to the first of the brand new releases. 113.4. 113.4. This is Attack of the Killer Florists. This is cool. And this can be yours for $143.39. An excellent price for a brand new whiskey. Next up, we have our second repeat. This is 68.29. This is the Scottish Trifle with Italian liqueur. Normally $154.70. And again, you can use that code SMWS Canada 2020 to get 10% off, to make it $139.24. Less than 140 bucks. I know, right? Next up, though, we have something that is pretty much as much of a bargain without any discounts. The next new release, 59.58. This ain't no pussycat, and it sure as hell wasn't. It's only $145.13.
Wow.
And that is available right now at strathliquor.com. Next, of course, is our third repeat. Intriguing? Yes. Was it captivating?
Oh, I think so.
What else was it?
Fascinating.
Fascinating. Intriguing, captivating, fascinating. Normally $203.39. And once again, you can use that code SMWS Canada 2020 to get 10% off $183.05. $183.05, and that's a 17-year-old whiskey.
Yeah.
That is a 17-year-old whiskey for $183.05. Next, another new release, 6.32, a rare spotting from this distillery here. This is Knickerbocker at a Wedding, $165.13.
For the stuff that has to be worth it, right?
It's very worth it.
So
That is a great price for a great and rarely seen whiskey. Next up, another repeat, 123.28. That's the Glengoyne there. Or what was its original name? Burntfoot. Frolic and a Clover. Again, 165.13. Exactly the same price as Knickerbocker at a Wedding. However, because it's the repeat and because this is a very special SMWS Canada Day tasting, we're giving you 10% off today only. $148.62. $148.62. Now, next on the docket, spellbindingly sublime, 139.4. This is a fantastic black label whiskey from the SMWS, from a distillery we've never seen before here in Canada with the SMWS, and it's probably going to be a long time until we see again, to be honest. From Taiwan, the first time ever having a Cavalan here in Canada. It is $478.17, which is actually a very good price for a single cask Cavalan these days. There's a reason that Cavalan is no longer available in BC, and that is mostly price, to be honest. And for those of you who aren't aware, Cavalan is no longer being imported into BC. We can't get any other Cavalan, so this is your only chance. The Cavalan, what was that single cask series? The Solist.
yeah.
The Cavalan Solist, we've had some fantastic ones. We won't be having any fantastic ones for at least a while. I've heard nothing about Cavalan coming here, but this Cavalan can be yours for $478.17. Next up, we took a little trip away from Scotland, just across the waters of France. A3.2, that is the fruity pipe tobacco. That is the Armagnac, which I like ever so much. $222.52 is the regular price, and with 10% off, again with SMWS Canada 2020, you can get that for $200.27. The Beachcomber. You know, and the more time it's been since trying the Beachcomber, the more I really like this whiskey. I'm still not sure I quite agree with the name, but I really like it as a whiskey, especially at, get this, $136.43.
Ooh.
$136.40. Yeah, I know.
That makes it the cheapest whiskey so far this evening.
That makes it the cheapest whiskey in like the last year and a half at least.
That includes all the discounts we're just giving away.
That does include all of the discounts.
That's wild.
That is wild. It is a fantastic whiskey.
It's so good.
It's probably sold out by now.
Yeah.
We've talked about it for at least 40 seconds. That's enough time. It's probably gone. No, it probably isn't. Please do head to strathlager.com and pick yourself up a bottle. Next up was our final repeat of the evening, 135.14, Tripping the Light Fantastic. Now, made a bit of a thing here because we don't actually have any left. It
says sold out.
It's sold out. It's completely gone. You will not be able to buy that whiskey ever again. I'm very sorry. But you know what it was? It was there for illustrative purposes.
Ooh.
You know why? Because the promo code, which I've already mentioned, SMWS Canada 2020, which is active until midnight tonight in Pacific time, can actually be used on any whiskey currently, or spirit, any SMWS bottling in our inventory that is from April or earlier.
Wow.
So check out all of our releases, and if you pick up any bottle from April or earlier, you can put in that code, save yourself 10%. That is an epic deal.
This is a great time to click that SMWS tag on the bottom of the page and just scroll through to see what we still have left.
Absolutely. Or click the link in the live chat that will take you straight to a page with just SMWS whiskies.
Wow.
Also, you can get the last whiskey of this evening's epic supernumerary tasting. 70.38, the Bal Blair finished in a Bowmore cask, B plus B equals B squared, otherwise known as B equals 2. And that can be yours for $182.52.
Wow.
Again, a fantastic price. that was a fun tasting. I think I've successfully managed to drink responsibly, and stay relatively pretty. Actually, I'm pretty sober.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
feel
you too.
great.
And that's mostly because I'm staring at all of our glasses, which have a lot of whiskey in them. So
Yeah.
I think it's probably about time that we turn the camera off, enjoy some of these whiskeys, and invite you guys to join us in the virtual vaults over on Zoom. The link will be going up in the live chat right now. We're going to play a little bit of music because it's going to take us some time for us to get set up in the vaults. So enjoy the music, and please do head to strathliquor.com to buy any of the 6 new whiskies, plus any of the whiskies released from the SMWS here in Canada from April or earlier for 10% off. I've really enjoyed this SMWS Canada Day.
Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome, Brett. It's been a pleasure to have you. You know what we should do? We should have one more whiskey.
Oh.
This is another whiskey which is completely sold out and is a complete surprise to Brett. He has no idea I'm pulling this out right now. This is harkening back to April's outturn, a fantastic outturn where Brett was our roving correspondent.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I'm going to crack open my bottle right now, which is hilariously a prop. Look, it's right here. Flamingo Smoking Pipe Tobacco.
What?
I think that's a great way to finish this
perfect.
epic SMWS Canada Day. Please go into your archives right now. Get yourself one of your favorite bottles or crack open a new bottle. Join us over on Zoom. Hopefully Rob and Kelly will be there as well. I'll be there. I don't know, you might be working.
No, I'll be there.
You'll be there?
I'll be there.
Brett will be there.
Absolutely.
Damn it. And we'll see you on Zoom.
Whiskey folk, thank you for having me. This has been a pleasure.
Dinkum, sinkum. Damn, that's good. Ow. See you next time, guys.
Get the feeling we're doing something wrong. We're not reading from the same page or singing the same song. We've definitely lost our track somewhere. No more enjoying the fresh air, a little more instinct, a little less care. What's the point of being self-aware? The written rules are making awful dents, smashing what we have left of our common sense. There's no need to follow religiously. Policy's a dirty word to me. Or take a walk in the tall trees before they turned into foreman fees. Or lie back on the grass and count all those questions you're burning to ask, and then let them out loud and clear for the whole wide world to hear. Forget that you're a free man. Don't let trust slip through your hands. Think for yourself, whatever's the plan, and hope that showers the land. Lie back on the grass